It's one of my babies.
I've only gone blind in one eye, so
That's
you're right in a minute.
Well, I now know where I have to change a few things next time. What do you mean you're only blind in one eye, man?
No, you said that. Oh yeah, right there.
Oh fuck, where's it gone? Next
I've only gone blind in one eye. Sorry?
Oh dear. There we go. Yeah, next time I'll carbonate one. The next time.
Oh, that'd be nice, yeah. Do the old froth.
Oh, fucking hell. I didn't bother carbonating them at first because I wanted to have a nice kick.
Yeah. There you go.
I wanted to taste like a pine poured at a traditional pub warm with bits in.
Yeah, more like an old fashioned ale kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Oh. Where you can taste where it's been filtered through the fucking the floor drainage in the bathroom. The stuff that's gone through the local hole.
Yes, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
Hope that's alright for sound.
It's fine.
It's good.
It's goes really well with Coke, by the way, by the taste of it.
It goes with by Coke, by the way. Well, by the taste of it, it does.
Maybe not. Oh, I'll do. I'll be fine.
There we go.
Kind of Coke.
Wow.
The proper Coke, I imagine.
The expensive white kind.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, that Coke, yeah. Game on TheSuffolkRam.
Middlemeister.
Skazz, yes, with my face cut off.
Welcome to episode 99.
Ooh.
Oh, one away.
One away. Yes. Kim we've already arranged his flight plans.
I've already got his beers in.
Yeah, he's already set up. Where is he? Is he upstairs or in your living room?
No, he's going to be upstairs. We'll get him set up.
Okay.
Only the best for our Kim.
Yeah. You got the special silk sheets in place, and like
anything Kim wants. Anything Kim wants.
Does Kim like Just Eat?
Well, yeah, of course he does.
Is that what we had last time?
Yeah.
You know,
Look, if
go
Kim
for a
ever
Korean.
argues with me on what kind of things we eat, it's like, look, Kim.
I wouldn't go for Chinese now.
Maybe see the thing is though, as long as we don't tell anyone that he's,
Yeah, no.
You might find Chinese quite fresh. You get a lot of stuff from China, so he's probably quite in on that.
As long as
How's
it's
the
set
beer? It's beer. It's not quite so. I don't feel like I'm going to die this time.
No.
It's not quite as rough on the throat as the last.
No,
one.
it isn't like. It doesn't sort of like you have to sort of like numb your throat first before you can drink it.
No.
So yeah, it's definitely a lot more.
Fuck me, no, it does have a kick, doesn't it? It's not quite
does,
as...
yeah.
Not as strong as last time. It's definitely got a. It's definitely nice and tasty.
Well, you
Kick
say that,
takes a
but I've
second
already
as
had a
well.
bottle and a half.
You have the first sip and then the kick kicks in.
And it just like sits there and stays, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Why
might
is
need
the
to
sound
drink a
only
couple
coming
more, get rid
through?
of it.
Why is sound only coming through the right side? Ah, hang on. What's going on here?
Have you not turned on there?
That should be better now for you. No, it's because I accidentally switched on both channels. And only on one channel. Sorry, that should be working for you now. I apologise. That was me pushing the button wrong. Happens, sorry. Skazz's fault.
What, because I'm not paid to do audio?
Yeah. I'm not paying the audio either. No, neither is Tom. I don't even know why we have him here.
I don't either.
Well,
That's why I hardly ever show up.
Yeah. He told me that he didn't come to our last one when he found out we were discussing the copyright laws. And he thought, I can't be asked to deal with that.
Listen here, Sonny Jim.
That was important. That's important stuff that's going to affect you, that is.
Yeah, you fucking filthy pirate.
Yeah, but, you know.
Even though pirate's going to affect you.
Yeah.
It's going to affect everybody. And you put, yeah, oh.
Your PlayStation's going to go away.
Oh, man.
What was it they said in America? They said that a reasonable amount of bandwidth for people was about 15 gigabytes, and if it's anything over 15 gigabytes, they consider you to be a pirate.
Isn't that like half an hour of Netflix, 15 gigabytes?
That's the
Yeah, that's
same,
it.
yeah.
Well, no, but that's it. They actually they consider Netflix a form of piracy, even though it's licensed.
Yeah, and you pay for it.
But it's because it's clogging up the pipes, isn't it?
Well, then they need to get bigger pipes.
Don't say that to the Americans.
In
Don't say that to the American ISPs. They'd freak the fuck out. What do you mean bigger pipes? What do you mean telephone wire ain't fucking good?
You mean they might actually have to, occasionally look, rather than just take money off people and try and collar more and more because they've got a corner in the market, perhaps actually give people a decent service?
Yeah, upgrade their infrastructure. What are you talking about? Doorbell wires perfectly fine.
Well, I find it amusing.
That was fine in the 50s. It's fine now.
What I find about these measures, they're all about, capitalism is great, capitalism is the way forward, it will solve all the problems. Yet all their biggest companies are monopolies.
I feel like you tricked me, Nick. Because you're talking about it all now.
Yeah.
Look at Kim.
Yeah.
He's got the greatest internet in the world. He's got access to the
Yeah.
actual internet, and everyone else has got
I do as well.
pens on it.
He says 15 gigs he uses on himself for injectors, and I do as well.
Yeah,
I might do if my phone works.
I've actually, I remember getting a message once saying you've used up all 24 gigs of your internet this month.
I used 20 in a
Jeez.
day a while back. Because we were out and about.
Yeah.
Because I've had to use my phone before for tethering. We were just doing
Yeah,
a little
I've done that
a mini event, but we were out in the middle of nowhere. I could not get. There was no Wi-Fi. There was barely any mobile coverage. We had to drop down to like 480p, and I spanked it in a couple of hours. I was like, oh shit. I was like, I thought we were gonna have some form of internet out. And I was like, no, I thought you could provide that, mate. It's like, do I look like an ISP?
Yeah, just tell us they have telephone wires have oil on them. Yeah, that'll probably work. Yeah, they'll start drilling for them.
Yeah.
What are you doing? We're mining for phone cable. What? It's copper. Got mine for that. It's not the same, mate. Not the same.
Well, mining's extracting things from the ground, and phone lines tend to run in the ground,
Well,
and you do need to have a machinery to get to them. So, in a way, it's kind
well,
of
we'll need a
annoying.
couple of extra billion to do this then.
Yeah.
That costs a lot to get that copper.
Yeah.
Well, we reckon that would probably BT could probably flog all of the copper that currently comprises of their infrastructure, and use the money from that copper to fully upgrade their network, and have quite a tiny profit there, and not have to worry about upgrading it for say, oh, I don't know.
That is something I'm going to look into.
Yeah, please do.
And find out how many miles and miles of copper they've got in their infrastructure.
Well, maybe we should email them and say, look, bean counters, come on.
So, all it means is that the entire UK has to go about internet for 3 or 4 years while you A, strip it all out and B, install the new stuff.
Okay.
That's fine!
Okay.
Well, you won't care in 18 months anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to have to disconnect, so I'm fucking up.
So, anyway, shall we start?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, I think we'll have Skazz go first.
Oh, Christ, well, what do you want me to start with?
Ooh,
I've played quite a few games this last
It's gonna be like this is gonna be like Inky guest last week. Do you know how many games I was having to link to in that? in
Yeah,
those
Inky
shows?
plays, seriously dude, Inky plays a lot of games. Inky plays
Yeah.
way more games than I do.
You play more than I do.
She's mental.
Yeah.
As soon as she finishes one game, there's like 10 more on the go.
That was an amazing. It's like, well, I've been playing this. I've also been playing this, and I've also been playing this. As I've been playing this, I'm going to write the notes down.
Yeah, what
as
the
quick as I
fuck? Mate, I might as well just be a house husband. I'm the wife.
can. Yeah.
She's the one sat there with her beer hat on, going, yeah, mate, scratching her ass, fucking playing video games all day. Fucking, I'm the one doing all the work.
So what have you been playing?
Right. I've had a first-person shooter week.
Ooh.
It's terrifying because
That's been a while since you played a first-person shooter, isn't it?
other than Doom 2016, I
Yeah.
went. By the way, Doom 2016, my PC save got corrupt,
Oh no.
so I had to go back. I was like, oh, you know what? I'll just delete it and start again. I was like, why the fuck am I playing this again? I've already beat it like 3 times.
I think that's probably
Bollocks to
enough.
this. Off it go. Delete. 70 gigs restored. So I've played through. Well, I wanted to have a taste of modern shooters. A few of my mates were talking about old school shooters in series that we really enjoyed back in the day.
Yep.
And those titles included 1999's Medal of Honor.
Yeah.
And then the old, was it 1942 Battlefield and
Yep.
Battlefield Vietnam.
No, we had Battlefield 942, then you had 43 come next, then you had Vietnam.
Yeah, well, I didn't play 43.
No.
So
I played 42 offline.
No, I played it online back when we were in college. So I thought, you know what? I've got Battlefield 3, and I've got the 2010 reboot of Medal of Honor. Because Medal of Honor was traditionally a World War II shooter. I don't know if did they make any outside of World War II?
No, I don't think so.
Back in the old ones, no.
No, because it's it was sort of like the team that sort because obviously for Medal of Honor after they made like the first 2 or 3, the team sort of broke off and they went to make Call of Duty.
Oh right, so it is them
Infinity Ward, I think they.
Yeah,
forward.
but the thing is, because a lot of people seem to think that the first Call of Duty was Modern Warfare, and it wasn't. It was,
Well,
no,
And I mentioned this to a fair few people, so I'll rewind in a minute. But
Okay.
after beating Medal of Honor, I went and said, it was a pretty good game. The series, Medal of Honor, pretty hardcore, started in the 90s. Most people who played it enjoyed it.
Yes.
It was rough around the edges, but it was fun. But
Quite tough.
in
in place. Some the first ones so much, but the later ones were quite tough.
Yeah, and I think that the reboot probably failed because by the time, by 2010, most of the Medal of Honor players would have moved on to like armor and more realistic shooters.
Yeah.
And the current the 2010 shooter market was literally dominated by young kids who had only really ever known Call of Duty.
Yep.
And newer Battlefield titles. So Medal of Honor didn't really stand much of a chance.
No. I think in some ways that it's weird because when we were young growing up, every on PC game was World War Two.
Yeah, God,
you couldn't believe how many, and nearly any game that came out that wasn't World War Two, within like 6 months would have a World War Two mod to it. I mean, Sins of Solar Empire, the space game, right? Someone made a mod for that. Whereas instead of flying like future spaceships, you're flying on spaceships based on military units from World War Two.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how great. Everybody made a World War II mod for everything.
Yeah.
I think there's a mod for the original XCOM. There was a World War II mod for that, I believe.
Well, I was going to say, because these days we now have like zombie mods for everything and all that. Once upon a time it used to be World War II. So I played through the Medal of Honor reboot. I've had it for fucking years, but I never played it. So I decided to go for that one first because I remember enjoying the original Medal of Honor games, the first two on the PlayStation. And this one takes place, it's modern day, and somewhere off from Afghanistan. So obviously it had
I didn't realise it was set modern day. I thought Medal of Honor never left the World War II. I didn't realise they
No.
actually...
The 2010 is modern day. It's a modern day reboot.
There was a lot of controversy at the time because the enemies were called the Taliban. They had to change that to like bad guys at some point.
What's not upset the Taliban?
No, I'm pretty sure they still call them the...
I thought they had to change it to like terrorists or.
I know.
Did the Taliban sue for copyright or something?
Yeah,
no, because you could play as the Taliban killing American soldiers. That was why.
Oh no! Right, so I only played the single player campaign. In the campaign.
Have they never played Counter Strike?
Oh yeah, but that's all
But so it takes place in modern day. Standard cover-based shooter, first-person shooter, scripted, as has been the case since Call of Duty. Every shooter since Call of Duty 1 has been quite heavily scripted. I don't really want to go into the story a huge amount because in Call of Duty 4 a nuke goes off, people start dying, you're like, oh no, my team dies and I'm so attached to them. That kind of stuff starts happening in Medal of Honor. I don't think at any point my team managed to get onto a plane or get into a plane, a helicopter or anything like that without being shot down. So
the luckiest team in the world.
It was amazing. All in, with it being a modern cover-based scripted shooter, pretty deep. It was pretty good. Considering it flopped. Because Medal of Honor 2010 failed dismally. Because everyone wanted... It included the Battlefield 3 beta when it came out. So everyone bought it to play the Battlefield 3 beta.
So you basically bought the Battlefield beta and it came with a free copy of Medal of Honor.
Yeah, that is exactly
It's like that game. It's like when Medal of Honor released that demo and you got a free copy of Zone of the Enders with it.
Yeah, didn't Zone of the Enders come with a Metal Gear?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
People bought the demo. You meant to be playing the game and get the demos, but everybody said, "Oh, you bought the demo and just got the Zone of the Enders tracked in for free."
We'd like Zone of the Enders.
So did I.
That was a really, really fun game.
Yeah.
Did you ever play the second one?
No, I didn't. I didn't even realise they made a second one.
It's supposed to be a lot better, isn't it? The second one.
The second one's really good until you get the overpowered Jehoti prototype.
Yeah.
At which point, there's a point where you have to fight Ken. Is it Ken?
God, you're really testing my memory.
Right. Well, there's a point where you have to fight against another player, another frame pilot, and you're not allowed to kill her. But the trouble is, this suit is so overpowered that if you fuck up once, she's dead, man. That's as far as I got on my second playthrough. I couldn't go any further without.
Yeah.
Every time I screwed up, I just killed
I
him.
couldn't stand the kid though in the end. Isn't the first one. I couldn't stand him though. The little
Oh right,
kid.
well,
the main, which is essentially he's the main character.
In the second one, you are the second runner who I think it was the person who was supposed to get it.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, because he wasn't meant to. Yeah, he got into it by accident.
Yeah.
All this military hardware training always seems to end up in the hands of children by
Well,
accident.
they do that in. That's
In
a
the
trope.
military?
That was a trope started with Gundam. Because in Gundam, the original prototype Gundam suit ends up getting piloted by Amuro Ray, just this random kid whose father happened to be an engineer on the project. He ends up getting into it to try and save himself from these two Xeon operatives that are trying to destroy the colony that he's on. And then he goes off and fucks him up somehow because he literally has the most powerful suit on the planet.
Yeah.
Anyway, Medal of Honor. Yeah, I don't want to say too much about the mission, the characters and all that. The characters are decent. You kind of flip between different squads. So you've got this unit that specialises in sniping. You've got your regular ground troops that fuck around and get shot at all the time. Light vehicle segments, so you're going around with like quad bikes and stuff like that, which is new for Medal of Honor, I think.
Yeah, I don't think there were on rails vehicle moments in the Medal of Honor.
Well, it was very much kind of you'd still steer and stuff, but you didn't. It was literally follow that guy.
Yeah, but you actually control the vehicle, whereas in, I think the original one you were like the second gunner, or you were in the back of the machine gun, the vehicle was driving, you just constantly going, for fuck's sake, put your foot down, this road's straight.
Like, come on, it's a
put your foot
line.
down.
And there's next to fuck all there, come on, let's do this. It was fun. I recommend people play it for a modern day scripted shooter. I did have a few gripes with it though. So the shooting's fine, so gunplay is fine, physics is alright. I mean, it's not Frostbite.
They exist.
It's not Frostbite 2, but you still had bits blowing up and buildings kind of cover would break down and stuff over time, which was nice. You did occasionally feel for the characters, which is more than I've ever had for COD.
So it's no Spec Ops then?
No. Well, fuck me, don't get me started with Spec Ops, because we played that as well, and my god, people were like, oh my god! I was like, yeah, I know, it gets worse. It gets worse. No, the only time I've ever really felt for characters in any other shoot rather than Spec Ops would have probably been, what's the unit called? The one with Soap McTavish. So Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, yeah.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
That's Modern Warfare, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Modern Warfare 2?
No, Soap was in Modern Warfare.
Really?
That's the entire year.
I never played Modern Warfare. I played the original Call of Duty, but
I played Call of Duty, Call of Duty 2, and then I don't think I played any other up until Modern Warfare. Yeah. But I liked Soap. Yeah. I liked Soap and the other character that replaced Soap in the follow-ups because well, he's Scottish and my family's Scottish. That's just fucking funny, seeing a guy named Soap being a right badass, that was pretty cool. Anyways, yeah, gunplay's good. Physics was okay. Story was alright. A lot of people said there were actually veterans playing this game, going, I played it to see if it made me feel like I was there again, and it was okay. It was actually quite a believable storyline too. It wasn't one of these over-the-top Call of Duty storylines where like everyone's going to get nuked within 15 minutes, or like Battlefield, everyone's going to get killed within 30 seconds if such and such doesn't happen. This was a bunch of guys dropped into a war zone. They needed to get the fuck out. That's it. That's the entire story. It was decent. I don't understand why it failed, especially when I played the next game on my list. Battlefield 3. I wanted to play what was considered the weaker game in the series, or weaker game on the list, because of my attachment to Medal of Honor 1. I loved Medal of Honor 1 on the PlayStation. It was such a fun shooter, and for a lot of people that was an introductory shooter considering it was on a PlayStation. Everyone owned a PlayStation back in the day,
Yeah.
with the exception of probably Ram.
No, PS2.
Yeah, so you got to play early Medal of Honor games before they fucked up shooters.
Yeah, because when we first, there weren't many games out for PlayStation 2 when it first launched. So up until that, we were going around basically we were buying the Platinum games, all the classics, to sort of catch up. Medal of Honor was obviously one of the Platinum games they released, and I think we had the original Resident Evil, Silent Hill. So we ended up playing them all.
Yeah.
Well,
I completely forgot about backwards compatibility. That's almost not a thing these days, is it?
No. So yeah, we ended up playing them all anyway. So we sort of caught up in a weird way. Only the main ones, never not the sort of little ones. But
yeah, sure. So you got a good taste of the
original MGS Solid Snake.
No, okay, so that sucks dick.
Oh, I love that game.
It's not bad, but
MGS Metal Gear Solid, the sort of first MGS series, because it was Metal Gear, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Fine, I quite enjoyed that. MGS 2, it wasn't great.
Just a retelling of the first game.
Yeah, I love that game.
I played the shit out of both of them, but
fucking cutscenes. That cutscene I think the end's an hour and 15 minutes long.
Yeah,
and it's just nonsense. No. It's gone for 150 minutes on nonsense.
It makes you wonder why Hideo Kojima was smoking and if he could pass it the fuck around. Yeah. I don't smoke, but Jesus Christ, he had some good shit.
MS3 Snicker, I loved.
I didn't like that one.
No, I know you know that one. I loved that one. That was one of the few I ended up playing all night type games. I loved that one.
I didn't like it because I didn't like the villains. So
I get that.
So I didn't like, was it the Pain covered in bees?
Yeah.
Rightio. Colonel Volgan, the power of electricity.
Yeah, it was a bit silly.
It's like,
but then you had the sniper at the end who you actually just switched console for a week and he died.
Was it the end?
Yeah, the end. He was the one who died.
Time or whatever.
No, I'm sure it's called the end.
That might have been the end.
Yeah, the Pain.
But I liked him.
Yeah, because you just turn the console off for a week and go back.
So disappointed that you didn't get to do him in.
Yeah.
Because I actually saved and I was like, you know what, I'm fucking sick of this game. It was so bad. But then I went back and when he died, I was like, oh shit, when did I save? Oh, and I was like, I can't play this anymore because at the end of it, they make you walk like the trail of all the people that you've killed. And I was like, this is bullshit. Fuck off. What an awful game. Awful game.
Didn't like 4.
4. Was it the one on PlayStation 3?
Yeah.
That was garbage!
I got as far as meeting the arms merchant and that was it. I just stopped playing. Yeah.
I got almost to the end, but I didn't
I beat
finish
the
it.
game. I beat it. Fucking awful.
No, I just took the game to
not pretty. Awful.
Oh yeah, it was neat, but it's like, oh, can't do this.
Anyway, sorry, we got sidetracked there.
Yeah,
we did.
PlayStation games.
You're Battlefield 3 though, aren't you?
Yeah, so I then thought, right, I've played the weaker one. No one's going to give a shit about Medal of Honor. Let's move on to Battlefield. Because I remember back when Battlefield came out, I was living in Norwich at the time. They had a bus going around the country, an EA DICE Battlefield 3 bus that stopped off in Norwich.
They did that with Full Spectrum Warriors. It wasn't a bus, it was a Humvee. They did it with Full Spectrum Warriors as well.
And everyone would hop in and you'd go and play the game and all that fluff.
That's one way to recruit for the army. Case, come play on our virtual battlefield, but hops in there, you just drive. It's the next plane to Afghanistan, off you go,
fucking chloroform the back of the game.
Yeah.
Where are we going, man?
You play the demo, the proper one's on that plane over there, just go up there, seat yourselves up.
Here's an M4. Fuck off. Yeah. So, Battlefield 3, that was the one where they released the Frostbite engine, wasn't it? So buildings would blow up and dust and fucking particle effects were everywhere and physics were supposed to be more realistic than ever before. And it had such a strong opening mission. Does anyone remember the Battlefield 3 opening
mission? I never purchased it because I played Battlefield 2, I tried to play online, I had much trouble with it. Okay. And that's the point where I realised online wasn't for me. And so I never bought, because although I know I had single player mode, I'd heard a lot of bad things about the single player mode, and I thought,
can I confirm? Single player mode sucks.
Yeah, I played 4 but not 3.
See, I've never played 4. I was actually tempted to pay the EA subscription, EA game.
EA Play.
whatever it is. For like $20 a year, they throw most of their catalogue at you, which isn't a particularly strong catalogue, but
got the red alerts in there, I'd imagine.
I don't think they have. That's not part of the playlist, but either way, they had like Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4. I think Battlefield 1 might even be on that list, and that's the newer one other than Battlefield 5. Confusing. Learn to count. I already had Battlefield 3. I remember my father-in-law playing it years and years and years ago back when I lived in Norwich. I'd never really touched it on PC. I think I put a grand total of 20 minutes into it. I thought, you know what, fuck it, I'll stream it so we can see where shooters were going. And the first mission opens up, you jump from an overpass onto a train, you kick your way in through the back window of the train and you shoot at a bunch of terrorists. Then you end up being interrogated because it turns out that happened that happens in the future. You go back in time like 8 hours earlier, you're a soldier who tells his story, what the fuck happened, why the fuck are you running around with a gun, freaking out, trying to tell people there's going to be a terrorist attack on New York or whatever. What do you know? Terrorist attack on New York. We have to try and big that one up. The first mission was so strong. It was so it was exciting. You fucking got your blood pumping. Then you end up in some war-torn, fucked up place. We'll call it Afghanistan. I don't know exactly where it was.
Some Middle Eastern country.
Yeah, sure.
Full of very sandy and full of foreigners.
Yeah. And so you
Sounds like Spain.
I doubt most of those kind of difference.
You end up on the first mission. Let's put it this way: it's all set up to show off Frostbite. Look at the cool physics shit that we do now. Horribly scripted. Gunplay's decent, but it's scripted to fuck. So you're running through the streets, taking down terrorists. The first horrible scripted part is you have to sneak across the rooftop. There's a sniper on the opposite building. Pew, pew, pew. If you don't do things at just the right time, you get a bullet to the head. However, your team's like, okay, quick, prone! Fucking, they hit the floor, they crawl along, and I'm like, I died on this first part because I didn't know what the prone button was. I didn't bother looking at the key mapping, so I was just like, bullet to the head, dead. Second time around, I was like, I'm not fucking waiting for you, lot. This is bollocks. And I sprint it, and you see, as I'm running, pew, 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 the bullets miss me, as per the script. I hit the fucking deck, crawl out to where I was supposed to be, and I get shot again by the sniper because I didn't know what the button was. Do it again. I'm waiting for these motherfuckers to turn up. Turns out I had to wait for them to drop a rocket launcher. I used a rocket launcher to take out a sniper. It was great.
That's the conventional method of dealing with snipers.
The building crumbles from one rocket. Makes the Twin Towers seem totally feasible at this point.
Yeah.
It's scripted. It's fucking boring. No one gives a fuck about any of the characters. I was like, how could you start off with such a strong mission and then turn this into such a pile of bollocks? It was glitchy. I'm flying. There's missions where I'm flying around in this plane. Turns into a rail shooter, and
Fuck, it's turned to a rail engine.
yeah, it turns into a rail engine. And it says, right, shoot the guy that's running away. Where? I'm in a plane from a long way up, and you haven't told me any of the controls for this.
Just give me a fucking rocket launcher again, it'll be fine.
And well, you do get to call down, like, you know, you're in the plane, you get to airstrike the motherfuckers. And I can see this little blip on the thermal camera, which I believe to be the person. And I carpet bomb the area. Okay, cool. All of a sudden, things start to glow, and I'm like, that's the area I've just hit 'cause it's a thermal camera. Take all the people out that are running away. Where? I can't see anyone. I don't know what you're talking about. Turns out the glowing area was that I just literally blown to smithereens. Were the people that I had to kill.
Oh.
And
I hate when that happens.
so I was like, I'm not going to shoot that area because I've literally just blown it to smithereens.
You wouldn't.
Failed the mission. Do it again. fucking fire at the area where the red things were. Red things turn up, fire again. Oh, mission's completed. Weird that. Tons of other instances of this. My team are running across a river, or running along a river. Quick, take out the mounted fucking gunners. Throw a grenade. Grenade. Gone. Quick, take out the next one. Use the fucking riverbank as cover or whatever. Running along. Take them all out. Quick, we can't move along until you take out the mounted gunners. It's like,
are you guys actually going to do anything?
There's a little fucking icon, mission icon, telling me where they are. There's no one here. There's a bunch of sandbags. So I stood there. I'll just throw some grenades. Nothing. So I was like, oh well, the script hasn't triggered. Took out all the other people in the area. Nothing. Would it move on? No. My guys were still standing there. Going, quick, save us! We can't fucking move forward. At which point
you throw a grenade to add them.
Well, it's funny because I ended up killing myself on that mission. As it respawns me in, 2 of my guys just dropped dead because they were scripted to die at that point. No gunfire, no nothing. They just hit the deck. They're dead. Must have had a heart attack because of how exciting the game wasn't. Turns out that I had to lob a grenade through a window. Didn't tell me that I had to lob a grenade through a window. There was no way I could have shot the guy otherwise. I couldn't have shot him because he was right at the back of a room. And so I lobbed the grenade in. None of the NPCs were doing anything. They were just wandering around going, oh, quick! Fight the guys! Fight the guys!
So we've had a battery issue.
Oh no!
I knew it was going to go. I was hoping it was going to finish your rant.
My rant.
Luckily we've got this audio so I can always...
Good job! You can edit it in.
I can edit it in. Talk amongst yourselves. Hopefully
So
it's
I'm
got some...
going to get horribly drunk and vomit everywhere.
Well, this has got 3 bars, so hopefully it's got some life into it. Right.
I know this is all over the place, but I was so disgusted, but I couldn't believe it. I used to really like Burst.
We're going to do that take again. Can you use the whole Battlefield 3 from scratch?
You finished, didn't you?
Just having to remember it. I think it might have been the 2nd or 3rd run through. I thought the game had glitched. I throw a grenade through a window. All of a sudden, look, there was no one there. You couldn't see them. You couldn't see anyone in this building. The NPCs weren't doing anything. They were still screaming at me to take out this little pile of sandbags just further down the bank. Throw a grenade in through the window. All of a sudden, the guy runs out and covered in flame. All of a sudden, the door opens and we can go through.
That often happens.
That's fucking great.
To be fair, Call of Duty's not much better in the sense that you usually get to door, you have to wait for an NPC to come open it for you.
They did exactly the same thing in Battlefield 3. I'm stood there at the door, I've cleared everything. Can I
You're this expert sniper, machine gunner, grenade launcher, you can pilot aircraft, you can pilot tanks. But doors stump you.
That fucking doorknob can't handle that, mate. Handle? Yeah. Simple. Knob? Woohoo! How can you open this thing? It's got a knob on it.
At that point you're saying, it's a wooden door, I've got a fucking rocket launcher.
It was, well, it's even worse when, so it mixes it up a bit. You run up to the door, you can't open it. The NPCs turn up, they can open it. Next door, you're like, I can't open that.
I was waiting for an NPC.
You go to the door, can't open it. NPCs turn up. You gonna open it, lads? Anything? No, mate, you! Whatever your name is, fucking whoever the main character is in Battlefield.
You, soldier, open that door!
Yeah. What are you doing open the door? It's like, fuck me, you're gonna let me open the door? I was here 20 minutes ago.
You've got the badge now. You've got the little badge picture
Yeah,
of door.
You got your scout badge. Congratulations. You can fire a sniper rifle and you can open a door. You might even be able to fucking make up a tin of beans. Go for it, mate. You got your fucking tin of beans. It was awful towards the end of the game. NPCs are literally shooting at door frames. There's nothing anywhere near them.
The AI is good as well then.
Oh my god. Oh. They're just standing there, hello Charles. They're just firing at thin air. Charlie would have been more fucking useful at shooting. Hello dog.
Can he open doors though?
Yes.
Well, Charlie, yeah.
He's better at opening doors than the fucking hell!
Oh.
My bear!
Hello. Hello, Charles.
Invasion. Hello, Tom.
Hello, everyone.
Shut up!
Oh, poor John, he's so pleased to see you, and the first thing you do is tell him, no, don't touch that, fuck off, shut up.
God, fucking hell, grenade! The NPCs are useless. They couldn't hit war if they fell out of a boat, mate. Stormtroopers. Star Wars.
Don't forget the original Star Wars, they're meant to be bad though. Because they were supposed to be let them escape.
Still
In
better
episode 4.
than the Battlefield fucking 3 NPCs.
But overall, you would recommend people play it. That's what I was getting from that.
Even if someone offered you a copy of Battlefield 3 and a blowjob, refuse it. Fucking flat out refuse it.
Would it depend who was giving the blowjob though?
Mate, I could have an entire room full of the sexiest women on the fucking planet. I would still say no if I meant I had to play that fucking game again. Awful game.
That was the alternative scene in Swordfish, you know.
Towards the end of it, I was just like, when is this going to end? It makes no fucking sense. It's a conspiracy theory the entire way through. Hang on. Excuse me.
How many bottles of beer have you guys drank tonight?
Not many.
Well, I'm very pissy, so I can't drink too much beer. Otherwise, I'll be up and down the whole night.
That's why they've got bottles.
Oh, well, I know, but...
Oh, right.
That's what you don't realise is this is
me.
my piss. Oh, this is... Oh, well,
yeah, that one's mine.
That's a good vintage.
To see if that's you or me.
Thank you, darling.
No, mate, that's definitely yours.
It's got a good taste to it, has it?
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck me, that's...
tastes really manly.
Now you've said that, it's got a hell of a kick to it.
Yeah.
Right.
Look at me.
Oh, look.
So, is this the new beer?
Yes.
And what's it like for us?
Get off,
Okay,
dog!
yes.
You're not old enough.
He is, he's 21.
Yeah, I know, Tom. I haven't seen you in ages. It's a podcast day. I'm going to be shaved bald tomorrow.
Hello, Charlie.
No, Monday.
Oh, Monday.
You are, or Charlie?
Monday.
Both.
Do you go to the same hairdresser?
Yes, clearly.
Yeah.
Look, I don't understand how Medal of Honor failed and Battlefield 3 was such a huge success. It's a shit game.
Must just all be the
I
multiplayer.
think Medal of Honor's problem is it was been too long where there'd been a Medal of Honor game.
Yeah.
That was
No
the
one
biggest-
knew what it was.
Yeah, and Battlefield.
Oh, nice.
And no, thank you.
I'm quite hungry.
For a minute, when he went like that, I was like, oh, yes, yeah.
I actually generally believe he had eaten it as well. He did a
Jesus Christ, that's a good trick there.
fantastic slice of hand there.
I thought so.
It's just really strange to see. I'm so happy taunting.
Oh, someone likes
I
you.
wish people at work said that.
No,
Yeah.
if you work for me, I'll be like, fuck's sake, where's Tom?
Yeah, that's what we usually say. Oh, your bus is late again, is it?
How
Right.
dare you? How very, very dare you?
How very dare you.
Yeah.
You know what, if I opened a sex shop in Lowestoft,
That's
Tom
fine.
would be there on time.
That's fine.
Oh, 1 second, Charlie.
That's fine.
You going to defend him?
That's fine.
Don't wind the poor spaniel up.
He's like, I'm not going to defend him because he's not going to give me the fucking bone. But if he did it to you, I'd piss on him. And then bite you. Me.
Me.
But,
Right, so
shit.
shit.
Game. I honestly,
Is he still going on about Battlefield?
Yeah.
Somebody's
Yeah.
fucking started. Stop interrupting me.
Well,
Fucking.
you did start about 3 hours ago talking about
But
it.
yeah,
Oh, that's awful.
How long have you guys been on there?
About 6
about
hours.
half an hour
Yeah.
ago.
It doesn't feel like that, but...
After that, I went and played a good shooter.
Oh,
Medal of Honor
Yeah, he's
1.
got more. He's got more.
Medal of Honor 1.
I used to play that all the time with my mate.
Yes, I mean.
So fucking fun.
The old digital pad.
It wasn't so heavily scripted.
Have you got some beer upstairs that I can have?
Yes.
oh God, no.
Actually, no, I'm not going to, actually. Actually, I'm going to have a cup of tea.
I'm gonna get horribly drunk and then do another live stream.
Good.
Just vomit all over my laptop.
Right, Charlie, you're right near cables.
Yeah, I like cables.
Cheese?
I like cheese.
I flinched.
Could have called it cables.
Ah, good, sorted.
There we go. Yeah, don't play Battlefield 3. I don't know why there's Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5, Battlefield 50. Bollocks, mate. There hasn't been a good Battlefield game since 1942 in Vietnam.
Jeez, I don't think they had video games back then.
But,
Battlefield 3 was your Vietnam.
Yeah.
As they say in America.
Mate, I am rocking backwards and forwards constantly, having traumatic flashbacks of how horrible that game is.
No, war is hell, so it's realistic.
Clearly. I played Medal of Honor, the first one on PlayStation. Really janky controls. It's
a clunky control scheme.
So you had LNR1 where you strafe.
Yeah.
A D-pad to move forwards, backwards.
Yeah.
Left and right to turn.
Yeah.
R2 was your aim, so you had to stand on the spot to then bring up a crosshair to aim. So it was very GoldenEye style.
And that's normally shoot now, R2, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Well, shoot is X.
Yeah.
Reload was square, and change guns was circle.
I'm guessing L2 is crouch.
Yes, it was. And it was so much fun.
Yeah, they were great fun.
So much fucking fun. Easy for the most part up until a couple of points at the end. Fuck, man, stealth missions. You gotta sneak through XYZ points, get past the guards. You might have to take a few people out. Go away.
Oh, he's so cute.
He is, but go away. You might have to take a few guards out to upgrade your papers, because you'd have to display your papers when you were
let's say
undercover.
papers.
I didn't remember that.
You can go.
And then, so what you could end up doing was like what I did when I got to the boat mission: set off one of the alarms. All of the fucking soldiers on the ship run towards you. Just gun the fuckers down with a submachine gun. Oh look, there's 6 stacks of papers here.
I'm being stealthy.
I'm just going to take them all.
When you got back to base, it's how did the infiltration mission go? Well, we went well.
Yeah, for someone we gave you 3 stars and a medal. Gave you a sandwich, you know, it was all good. There were 3 people in the toilet for some reason.
Yeah.
No comment, Germany. I know you're into some really fucked up stuff, Germany, but
that's modern Germany, not World War II Germany.
They were okay.
They had to start somewhere, mate.
Well, they were a little bit more strict, shall we say? No.
Yeah.
But look, Medal of Honor 1, way better.
Go on, out you go, Charles.
First-person shooters went bollocks around Call of Duty. Call of Duty 1, Call of Duty 2, they were still World War II shooters, weren't they? They were okay.
I think 3
Horribly
was as well.
scripted.
Yeah,
I think 3 was the first one on 360 and all that kind of stuff.
They had somebody else. They had like Big Red One, and because there was console only for shoes as well, wasn't there? But they were always made by 2 different developers, weren't there? One
Infinity Ward and...
Treyarch do it now, but I don't think back then they were involved. I thought it was just one company back then.
I'm sure some of the consoles were actually made by different studios, so they had to get some out so quick.
No, they've been on rotation since Call of Duty 4.
I'm sure some of the consoles were different. I'll check for the next episode, but I'm sure some of the console ones were dealing with different.
No, they were since
Yeah.
Call of Duty 4.
Yeah, but I mean, some of the World War II ones were done by
Oh,
different
really?
developers. Yes, I'm sure.
Oh,
I
I'm
think
sure.
Neversoft might have been involved at one point, the
Yeah.
Tony Hawk's
No.
people.
I was
I'm
going to say,
sure.
fucking hell, I've never known a World War II soldier to rock around, pull off a kickflip.
Yeah, but I think they were
people
involved.
down in the process.
I think they might have been involved in 1 or 2 of them. I remember that. Yeah, but anyway.
It got me thinking about good shooters. You look at the Killzone series. That's very much Medal of Honor.
I like Killzone.
Not for me.
That was a pretty tough.
That was fun.
It's fun, but you couldn't run around. I mean, it was meant to be their Halo killer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Killzone. And I played Halo. I didn't go on with Halo. I didn't really like Halo.
Halo was alright up
I like the
until,
original.
I don't know, Halo 2.
Yeah.
So I played a bit of the first Halo. I was like, it was all right. I think it was at that point I played coffee games that copied it.
Oh yeah,
So
sure.
it's like people watch like when people used to play about Lord of the Rings being all very generic and same rules because everybody's copied it.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's a bit
Just
of a,
they didn't get to see it until after the fact.
yeah. So
Yeah.
no.
Modern shooters are awful. I understand because I did ask a lot of people
With
during
the
the
exception
show.
of Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein's alright, but still
They do have
a bit
good
janky
stories.
places.
They do have
They've got
good
Doom.
characters at least anyway.
Doom
It was still
2016
a lot of
was
fun.
very, very fun. But it doesn't fall under the same category as most modern shooters. It's not horribly scripted and
No, you get your shotgun within about 2 minutes.
yeah, exactly. Just
Yeah.
fucking run in, shoot shit, job done.
Yeah.
Um,
Very traditional in that sense. You get to your room, it locks until you kill everything, move on, you know.
yeah. I mean,
Incredibly fast, Jesus.
I asked people why is it that these games were so popular and all this the multiplayer. So then why the fuck did they bother tacking on a single player?
Yeah,
Well,
I
I think
because Battlefield traditionally was a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
But my god, it was awful.
I don't know why I put this in.
That's all free now, the multiplayer, and doing like every element of it,
Alright.
which is quite cool. We're going to put that in there.
Awful first-person shooters.
I don't really play first-person shooters. I much prefer third-person games, really.
RPGs,
that kind of stuff.
See, I'm the exact opposite. I tend to play first-person. I don't really like third-person.
Love RPGs. I play RPGs all day, fucking every day.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I couldn't believe it. I used to love shooters as a kid. Loved them. And to see what they've done to Battlefield, they've just fucking turned it into Call of Duty. And Call of Duty was only fun up until they left. Well, some of the Modern Warfare ones were fine. It's weird. When I was younger, I loved shooters for the multiplayer. Because the shooters didn't really have a story, did they, back in the day? But now, I can't play a shooter online. They feel shite.
You got Battlefront 2.
But I couldn't play them. I wanted to play the story. The stories were shite. I didn't enjoy online on Call of Duty or Battlefield anymore. Just what did they do? Medal of Honor was the far better shooter. 2010 was the better shooter with the better story.
Yeah.
Bit janky. I was nowhere near as buggy. Seriously, man, if I have to bottle you, you just sit there fucking grinning at you. He's like, oh, it's Tom! Oh, it's Tom!
Why are you barking at Tom for?
It's all because he's not been here in ages. I'm not allowed to bark at Nick. I know, Nick. Get out! You're ruining the fucking audio! You insufferable ginger. Seriously, mate, if I was in charge of the audio, I would have just decked the shit out of you. Love that dog.
Good, there you go, door's closed.
He's my favourite spaniel. And people wonder why I'm so And people wonder why I'm so angry. First person shooters are shit. They used to be good, now they're shit. And if you like first person shooters online these days, you fucking insufferable nub kid.
We might have to move on before this becomes episode 100.
Yeah. Please tell me you guys have played something good.
Yes, I have.
What?
American Truck Simulator.
Oh,
No, you're kidding.
He honestly thought I was joking when I told him.
I thought you might have been, yeah.
Yeah.
I am aware of those games generally, but
I like Euro Truck. That is
I've seen
strangely
videos.
It is.
I've seen videos of
I've
it.
sunken over like 120 hours into Euro Truck, I think.
Where do you find the time?
I just like, well, I used to find it like relaxing just to come back, you know, put a podcast on, get behind my rig, pick someone to go like from like sort of, you know, Manchester to Oslo and just have a little drive across the channel, and it's all, yeah, I used to quite enjoy that. Actually, I used to go by the ferry because it was quicker to go by the ferry.
Well, you just sit there with nothing, looking out a window then when it's on the ferry.
No, you just time.
They
Accelerates.
they fast travel.
Fast travelling, yeah.
Fuck it, it'd be brilliant if they made you sit there in real time. Well, got another couple of hours until I get over there.
Seagull spotting mode or something while you're there.
But perhaps you could have it so you could actually get on the truck and walk around the ferry and, like, you know, go to, you know, perhaps we'll go see the strippers and all that stuff like that.
You do, you go to the bar, you get really horribly drunk.
Really horribly drunk, then get back in your truck, you have to sort of drive
Fucking
around.
hell, mate. Mow down some pedestrians.
Yeah, perhaps chucking into your truck for immigrants and sort of throw them overboard and...
Let the prostitute get out
Could
of
you
the back.
imagine you get a fine?
Yeah, fine, I mean, you have a bloody thing in the game, so...
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so...
on the wrong side of the road, speeding.
Yeah, I got that once. I was like, I've got to turn across both lanes. I've
Red
got to
light.
drive on the other side of the road. It's because there's a bloody American police car saw me and flashed his lights at me. It's like, you bastards.
No, I'm surprised you didn't fucking shoot at
I'm not playing a black
I was
character,
going to say that, yeah. It's not bad.
so I'm safe in that regard.
Yeah.
No, well, basically, it's
How do
based.
you know you're not?
You choose which character you play. You did that in Euro Truck as well. You pick
I can't remember.
Yeah, so you create a profile, who you are, you pick a character, you choose whether male, female, whatever. You then create your company, so I'm playing I've got TheSuffolkRam haulage.
Is everything the wrong way round?
Yes.
Ah.
So what's American? But to be fair, Euro Truck, you drove a lot in Europe, which is the wrong way round. So you got your sort of...
Yeah, no, I just bulldoze people.
Yeah. I will drive on the left.
Let it drive! Go away! Take shortcuts.
I mean, it's quite a go away NordVPN. It's
Did
quite
they technically invent the car now in America? So whichever
no,
side they
no,
chose.
they did not invent the car. It was the French people who invented the car.
Well, that's who you say. There's no evidence of it.
Well, apart from that, you can actually go see the car in the National Car Museum up in
Let's move on.
Where's that place? The fucking
the French invented the car.
What's that place with France in it? Europe.
Yeah.
Euro Disney.
So
we're gonna go to Euro Disney at the car museum.
yeah, they've got all cars you can drive around in as well.
Same visit numbers as well.
Principles basically saying you have a truck. Initially, you can't afford to buy your own truck, so you have to do quick. You have to basically do quick jobs.
You have to work for the man.
Yeah, you do. So you have to sort of say, "I'm going to do this," and they'll tell you, it's this is the journey time. It's going to pay you this much per mile, effectively.
You're going to take a truck of pillows across country. You better not fucking damage them when you're starting to drive.
I've delivered pesticides. I did fertiliser. I did fertiliser on those double wagons. They have two lorries joined together. I did fertiliser all of those.
How the fuck do you park that?
Oh, I tried. Yeah, I tried to. It didn't go well. It's like
bad enough having to trying to park a big rig.
Yeah, it's terrifying. So I drove that. I've done quite a few chemicals. I've got my chemical qualifications. So I could transfer dangerous chemicals.
You're a real hero.
I am. I'm carrying this. But yeah, so you go across the country. That's great fun. So you sit there, you drive at your steering wheel. I've got the full rig. So I've got my steering wheel. I've got my 6-speed.
I lent me a steering wheel,
which was my old one.
I never got a chance to use it.
But I bought a new one. You see, I spent £260 on a new new steering wheel ring just for Euro Truck Simulator, because it's got a proper clutch as well, and you can actually sort of feel the clutch in as well, which is quite nice. So
is it fully supported?
Yeah, it's actually that specific wheel's in the instructor. It's a Logitech G27. It's actually in there. Use it their options menu and stuff. It's all there. You actually say I've got this specific wheel and it has it all set up.
I did want to buy one of those for some of the racing simulators.
Yeah. That's what it's meant for, but I use it for Euro Truck.
Yeah, why not?
I've got a 12, so I've got my truck. So I did a few quick jobs, bought my own truck. I've got my own. I've only got a 10-speed gearbox, so I can't even make use of 10 speeds. But so I'm going to get to 12 speed eventually. But yeah, it's great fun. I've had a few issues with it. So I was
issues being you mowed down a couple.
Well, I was driving this load. Don't ask me from where to where, because it all places in America. I can remember the names of them all. I know.
It was a straight line, pretty much.
It was, yeah. But I was in sort of like working way to this place, and I was speeding a little bit, as I do. I was doing 83, and in an Arctic lorry, fully laden, and this road unfortunately had a curve in it.
Oh.
And I hit it, and I ended up going rolling it. And I was watching truck damage 52%.
52%? You barrel rolled it.
Yeah, they're quite strong. Trailer damage 15% and so forth. I was like, all right. Eventually, luckily, I rolled back upright. It's like, that was exciting.
Fuck me, the likelihood of that happening and surviving.
Yeah,
mate, landed on the wheels.
Yeah, it was fine.
Truck,
so yeah, I started the engine back up. Sort of I had a lot of trouble because obviously the engine kept breaking down because it was that damaged. It kept like failing on me, so I'm trying to get up a hill as well. So this engine keeps failing. So I sort of eventually managed to creep my way up the hill, get the hill, and it takes me now another sort of 10 minutes real time to drive to my destination. Get there. It says, okay, you want to park your trailer? Because basically you pick where you park your trailer in this one, so you can have like the where do you want it option, and it gives you the most XP, and they'll give you sort of tight park up, or I'll just drop off here, which is like. Just an empty place, you literally just drive forward, drop it, and you're done.
I'll just leave it in their fucking car.
Yeah, pretty much. Solid. And there's one that says, there's one called I'm in a hurry, where you get no bonus XP at all, but you don't have to park it at all, you just end it and finish it there. So
I left it.
But I always do, where do you want it? Because I like the challenge. So I do where do you want it. So I drive around, so they want it around the back, and it's quite a narrow back. This is going to be a tight one, this is going to be interesting. So I drive myself round. Spin myself around, stop going, lean out the window to start reversing, because you can lean out the window and listen to behind you. And I'm turning, I'm thinking, well, because I turn sort of like to the right, so my trailer will obviously be skewed to the right. I won't see it yet. I thought, I'll see it, but I'm about to gun myself in. I'm thinking, I should have seen this trailer by now. So I go to chase cam and go, where's the fuck my trailer? And it turned out, when I rolled it...
you left the trailer behind!
So...
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so I look at the map, and in actual fact, this little arrow mark that had appeared on the map, and I thought, all that's about was telling me your trainer's here. You've left your trainer. But I couldn't just drive back that way because I was still one-way road, so I had to spend half an hour driving all the way back down the freeway to come back on myself.
That's dedication.
And I think at any point, so I'm driving this road, I think at any point I'm going to swell out with these trailers. I just see a queue of cars, they were lights red. I'm thinking, I don't want that causing trouble. I just drive past, my train just parked in the middle of the road, just on this hill, just parked, there's all these cars behind it, sort of lights flashing. Managed to get in front of it, reverse up to it, hook it on. And of course I struggle to get up the bloody hill, don't I? Because I've now got a lot more weight on it. It takes me about another 10 minutes to get up the hill, so I can actually, because it just did it fast, so I can actually drive away. And I get back to, at this point being told, you're going to be late. I thought, no shit, I've already been there once. So
how did you not get shot? There were probably 30 people about ready to get out of their car.
But I knew the trainer was, they didn't. So I get up, eventually I get to the place, drop it off, all's good. So at this point I started drinking the strongbow.
Oh dear.
So drink driving isn't a good plan, even in real trucks. In American trucks, it's not a good plan. So, do 4 more deliveries and that. I've took a bank plan, I've got a second driver, doing well. And I thought, okay, I'm going to take another decent one. So I decided to transport some explosives.
Fucking hell.
Right? So, I get these explosives. I'm driving to my destination. It's all going well. And then I'm on this last road. I'm literally, according to the in-game sat-nav, and this sat-nav uses accelerated time, I'm 8 minutes away, which means I'm probably about 2 minutes away, if that. Because that's how time moves. I'm driving along on this straight road, and this road basically is on a... It's got like sort of like... You know how the road sort of comes down either side, it's got the sand either side of it. Like, and
oh,
like,
yeah.
So it's like on a hill almost, the road.
Yeah.
It's obviously built up and... I'm driving along and I'm drinking my beer and I'm watching something. I've got a sort of TV programme. This all the
sat there in his car and go, fucking yeah, mate.
I was driving along, I was sort of looking across. I look back, I just see a sign flying towards me at high speed. It's like, oh shit! Put my foot on the brake, go through the sign, rack that completely. But I'm now off the verge on this sandy road. I try to drive forwards. I can't drive forwards because on the sandy road. Luckily, the American trucks all have diff locks. So I put my diff lock on there, we start to creep up. But I'm really struggling to kill the ram. I'm literally moving like inches at a time. And I'm sort of let it roll back a bit and sort of like wiggle the wheels a bit, turn gradually ease myself up. And I'm just having to gradually, and this is getting trouble. As I gradually get, every time I get a little bit further, my train is having to climb over this ledge, it's getting stuck. And it's also worth mentioning that at this point I'm overtired, so I keep falling asleep in the cab.
Yeah.
And waking up a few minutes later. And that the track is damaged as well. Strange because I drove through signs. The engine keeps stalling on me occasionally. Right. So I'll just give you a time frame. This was at in game time about 10 PM at night when I went off the road.
Where the fuck are the Rosses?
Well, fortunately not in this game. So I go back and forth and I keep falling asleep. So I'm trying to get off and I'm gradually slowing up on the road. I'm gradually pulling up and of course there's another truck comes up behind me. Obviously going to the same place I am, because he's got a similar sort of load, and he has to stop and just sits there watching me. Another truck comes the opposite way as well, and then they literally stood there, I can't do anything because I'm now on the road, stuck. Gradually, literally wiggling it back and forth, gradually put myself up the hill. At that point the game tells me, you're going to be late for delivery. I thought, I can literally see where my delivery space is, I can see it from here. But I can't like exactly go down and walk to it, because they want that actually, they can't just go and say, yeah, your delivery's down there, mate.
Right, brother?
Yeah.
Them explosives you're after.
Yeah, they're just down the side of the road, don't worry about it.
Big Kim told me to drop them off.
Well, Tross, I kept getting stuck. Now, this time, unfortunately, I had to start taking advantage of physics. Completely the game physics.
Physics?
I found that if I decouple the trailer, and then we couple it again, because the game can't quite work out where everything is, your truck literally jumps up in the air about 20 feet and comes back down again.
With a trailer full of explosives?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm doing this. So I have to do this about 4 or 5 times, and every time it gets a bit more damaged as well.
I've never known a flying truck to cause damage.
No. I mean, at this point, there's
no flying truck now.
At this point, there's a coup forming either side of the road, and they're honking their horns at me. You know, admittedly, it is now about
fucking wanker brick.
Admittedly, it's now about.
They love us Brits.
Admittedly, it is now about 8:30 in the morning. So in game time, I have been there 10.5 hours trying to get out.
There going, I can't get my truck.
And this whole time, the music's really ramped up. It's like, you're going to be late. Yes, I know I'm fucking going to be fucking late. Just let me get out of here. So eventually, by doing that enough times, I managed to get up. Of course, now I can't quite turn round because the truck is the opposite sideways too far forward, so I can't actually get round them. At this point, I thought, fuck this. So I ram him. I just ran past him. Because this is another thing. You ram a vehicle in this, but by accident mostly. First you get a fine, but the vehicle that just stops, it won't move. So if you're coming to the end of a junction, it's a one-lane junction, and you ram the vehicle, it just sits there. Lights go green, it just sits there. So, nowadays I've rammed here a car because I didn't stop quick enough. Lights gone green, it has to move. I just had to push out of the way.
The driver's in shock. Oh my god.
Yeah. Probably got whiplash and just got hit by a 40-ton truck.
She's fucking dead.
I eventually deliver my trailer at 1 p.m. the following day at 1 p.m. A mere 15 hours later than I was supposed to.
Wow.
And they were fine about it.
Yeah. Let's be fair, mate.
I got,
worse.
because at the end of each trip you get a road recognition, you get excellent and so forth. I got satisfactory for that one. I thought it was generous.
Yeah. Oh, blimey, I didn't get the sack. That's amazing. It's better than Battlefield 3.
Basically, I worked for myself at this point, so I was alright. Yeah. So, but it's got the same things.
If I was your boss, mate,
you'd sack me.
No, I'd let you have that one. Sounded like you had a right shit time and those bastards pulled up. They didn't do anything.
No, the lawyers could have helped, they could have offered.
Exactly.
They sat there in their cars for 15 hours, but that was their fault.
Yeah, I mean, what the fuck?
He was drunken while watching TV also, no?
Yeah.
Wow. So am I.
Yeah. Well, eventually...
Nick turns back up the office, the truck's completely wrecked, and I'm sat there going, alright, Nick, I fucking have a beer, mate. How is this?
The phone was, hello, drunken truckers, how can I help?
What the fuck do you want? Oh, explosives. I've got just the right... Nick, mate. Nick, I've got another delivery for you. Pass me that drink. Have a crate.
That'd be that's a spin-off to Ice Truckers, isn't it? Drunken Truckers. But... I mean, the game, it does, maybe I'll say problematic, so you've got the same sort of things with Euro Truck, but as you gain a gap in levels, you get levels.
You level up as a driver.
But you can lock, you can upgrade yourself as well, so you increase how far you can drive. Don't ask me why you have to upgrade that, but you can. And you increase your fuel economy, somehow.
Yeah.
It's just, and as you upgrade, you unlock things to your truck, so as you get higher levels, you unlock new engines and new chassis and all sorts, and you can put them in. And
the roll cage.
He needs that.
Tesla autopilot.
Well, I don't want that. I'll be out of a job. I only could actually if you could hire a Tesla autopilot truck for your fleet. My issues with it though, I have got a couple of issues with this. This is meant to be a sequel to Euro Truck. It's meant to be they were building it, developing, and so forth. To me, it feels more like a mod.
Right.
It's got the exact same interface. Everything's identical. All the same icons, same style. Everything's virtually the same music.
Will you stop dying?
I have been dying of cold. I'm sorry.
We've got it now, probably as well.
Yeah, it's alright. It's fine.
I'll be too drunk to know.
It's only got 4 trucks in it.
It's a bit stingy.
Well, you think that the old one had Volvos, you had Scania, that's it. You had
sexy stuff.
Yeah, you did. I mean, my Volvo FH90 was lovely. I had that so customised. Had no plate in the window. I had a company tour on the front. It was great fun.
Yeah, a big old picture of crime titties on the side.
Yeah.
Just took that, Nick.
Yeah. I think I had a sheep somewhere in it somewhere.
See, that's what I'm saying.
A live one.
Went to the sleeper cab.
Yeah.
And you can do it, but it's just it just feels more. But the graphics haven't been upgraded at all. It just
so it's not quite Euro Truck to Euro Truck 2.
No, it really feels like a mod. I thought it was going to be a sequel. I thought they were going to.
That's quite sad. Though. Euro Truck was fun.
Yeah.
I could not believe how much fun I had in Euro Truck.
People don't. When you think Euro Truck, think really, but actually it's surprisingly fun. It's very much a. I just want to be a lack, but I want to do something. Just get in your truck and just drive 20.
I will say though, I have never once flipped my truck I've never caused half as much fucking trouble as you.
I disable.
And I'm the fucking crazy motherfucker. Out of us lot, I'm the one you'd expect to blow up 2/3 of a town.
Oh, see, the trouble is, when I've been playing, when I first started playing,
with a pallet of feathers.
So when I first played American Truck Simulator, I've been playing a lot of GTA 5 as well. So I've gone to the GTA 5 method of driving.
Like an idiot.
Yeah, so of course when I'm playing Euro Truck, and it's very hard to get out of that habit of swerving between the lanes. It's all cutting out driving. It's very hard to get, but so you get fined every time you do. You get fined if you go for a red light. You get 5 on the wrong side of the road. You get 5 for speed if the police spot you.
But can you reverse it at infinite speeds like that? What the hell is that? No,
Big rigs over the road racing.
Yes. Masterpiece, that game.
Yeah.
Top title, I think we've all played that. If you haven't, do it. Way better than Battlefield 3.
It's very realistic breaches as well.
That's the one you. That's the one you could reverse backwards over the start line and you'd win the game instantly.
And you could go on forever as well, going backwards.
Yeah. Yeah, you could. But yeah, I'd say because I had like in the Euro Truck, I removed my restrictor in my truck, and I also had the highest, most powerful engine in my truck, and I think at one point I was topping 130 miles an hour with lane I was topping it, and then I suddenly realised it was my turn come up off the motorway, so I tried to make it 130 miles an hour. Yeah, no, it didn't go well. I just sort of rolled. I was on my side, and it just said.
You know why the average Attic lorry is limited to say 50.
Yeah, I remember on the side, just laying there, just sitting inside the cab, and just pops up, and goes, "Do you want to call for emergency services?" I thought, yeah, I better call for emergency services.
He's just laying there, like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do here. So I just hung up in his seatbelts wrapped around his shoulders. I don't know what to do here. If I call anyone, they'll think I'm right, idiot.
So yeah, it was really great fun. But only if you like Euro Truck, you'll still enjoy the American Truck. But I wouldn't say it's an essential recommendation.
Sure.
And I would actually probably say if you're going to pick one, buy Euro Truck. Yeah, it's a bit more versatile. Plus you can also drive on different sides of the road. Because it's America. America's a bit boring. A bit like drifting around so far. All been a bit boring.
America's all straight lines, isn't it?
Yeah. I think the other trouble with it is that one thing I would like to send you more of is have the cities in it, because all of Euro Truck, all the cities were basically like 2 blocks.
Yeah.
It's literally you drove into it and it's like a square you could cross on through the middle. I thought, why not, make the cities bigger, so you've actually got to plan and manoeuvre your way through a bit more, make it more interesting that way.
For sure.
And they didn't really. They are a little bigger, some of them, but not by enough.
Yeah.
So
how much does it cost?
Versus
normal Euro Truck.
See, I got it on sale.
Well, regardless, how much does it cost you? $1.50?
Something like that.
So I was going to say
it's cheap enough, but buy Euro Truck and still 2 instead.
Yeah.
I couldn't. There's no real reason I could recommend this one over Euro Truck. So
roads more boring in your American? Because I mean,
as
I said,
about the April straight,
yeah.
America's literally.
Yeah, they're not actually that surprised that different, and you do have pedestrians in this one more.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, but I've never tried to run one over. Although you can, and also you get more random events like road works and cars broken down you have to avoid. But
fuck yeah, I'm in a big rig.
Yeah, I think the only reason I would say to buy American Truck Simulator is if you prefer the American style trucks. No, which I don't know people. Well, if you're American, you probably do prefer. You probably think our trucks look weird. But I can understand. But if you prefer those style trucks, then yeah, it makes sense. But you've only got 4.
No.
Well, 4, there's like 2 brands, I think, and that's right. Well, if there are more in there, I've not seen them yet.
No.
So.
Just no. It winds me up every time I play a World War II shooter and I have to play as an American.
Yeah.
No.
Why would you play anything else? Because no one else fought World War II, it was only the Americans.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Good job, America. America.
Anyway, Middlemeister.
Have you played a game?
I have played a game. I can't remember what it is now, no? Beer and... no.
Well, here's have another one.
Spider-Man I've been playing.
Oh,
or have played on PS4.
Right.
Basically, when you start out, because rather than being like an origin story where you're like a teenage Spider-Man, you're already in like your early 20s and he's been Spider-Man for 8 years.
Oh.
So you don't have to worry about any of that.
Like one on the PlayStation, the original PlayStation.
A little bit like that, yeah. Very different game, but similar kind of stuff. Where you're not like an absolute pro, but you're established as Spider-Man.
So serious Spider-Man.
Yeah, you kind of know what you're doing. And
he's ready for the reboot.
Yeah. When you start out, you have to. Your first mission tutorial basically is to take out Wilson Fisk, who is one of the Spider-Man villains.
How
and
did you take on Wilson
In the
Fisk at
tutorial?
start?
yeah, well, because compared to a lot of the other Spider-Man villains,
Hell.
he is kind of a.
Are you going to...
Hang on, I thought he didn't. I thought he was
He's
a
in
dad.
Daredevil
Right,
as well.
one second,
He's-
1 second. Explain who Wilson fucking Fisk is.
Alright.
What
I thought
his
you were being
actual
serious.
fucking name is here.
Alright.
And then say, yeah, mate, minor character in the Spider-Man fucking world. What?
Alright, okay. Wilson Fisk is also known as Kingpin, and he's the crime lord of Manhattan, New York,
Yeah.
and he runs all crime through the city.
Uh-huh.
Are you okay now?
Small fucking character, right?
Yeah.
Wilson motherfucking Fisk.
He's tiny. What are you talking about?
Oh, you mean because he's actually big?
I love Kingpin. Sorry, it's one of my
I
favourite
couldn't tell you were
things.
being serious then. You had me on the.
No, I love the Kingpin. I was
It's
like,
great.
how fucking Kingpin, minor villain.
But
What?
I think in Spider-Man he is more of a minor, because in Daredevil he's a big deal. In Daredevil he's.
Don't worry, Wilson.
Do you know? I love the fact this gives you the difference between how powerful Daredevil is to Spider-Man. In Daredevil, he's the main bad guy. In Spider-Man,
Yeah.
he's a tutorial mission.
Yeah, I think it's just the way they wanted to go with it. But anyway, you take on this
You
tiny
say
little
Daredevil's quite a crap superhero, is what we've established here.
He's blind.
Yeah.
Right, yeah,
Have you seen the Netflix Daredevil then? Wilson
no.
Fisk in that is unbelievable.
Yeah, he's really
I've
good.
brilliant.
seen like the first episode of it.
Well, Wilson
Yeah.
Fisk,
Yeah,
once
trouble-
he gets into it,
Yeah.
he is absolutely brilliant in
The
that.
intro of the Netflix Daredevil is the chap who plays Daredevil is rubbish.
No, he's not. He's excellent.
He's
No,
rubbish.
he's brilliant.
He doesn't emote at all. He
No,
literally
you say that
speaks
about
every line. Yeah, he uses every line exactly the same.
That's just
He sounds like Nicolas Cage then.
Yeah, I could do a better
His
job.
case,
than
his case in that case.
that. I could do a better job than that.
Shall I carry on with my?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Hurry up, come on.
I haven't even got past the tutorial yet.
Well,
So you do a tutorial with, I won't name the villain, and you take him on, and basically when you defeat him, he says, you don't.
good
realise-
job, Spider-Man.
No, he says you don't realise what you've done. I kept this city under control. You know, all the criminals.
Fuck you,
did
Spider-Man.
what I
I'm going to
did.
take on Daredevil instead.
Yeah.
And he says like, you know, now that you've done this, everybody who works for you is going to go mad, and the city's going to fall into madness. So
It's
anyway,
Man fucking Hatton.
yeah, that's
Right, seriously.
Comic
So
books,
what I'm
innit?
going to do is I'm going to go to Manhattan. and I'm going to say, look, if the Kingpin was in charge right now, this wouldn't have fucking happened.
exactly.
Let's go fucking blame Spider-Man. You and you fucking sacked. Twin Towers, they'd have still been up if fucking Wilson Fisk was here.
Yeah. But anyway,
Right.
you defeat him.
Sorry, that's a dodgy reference to Turtles because there was an attack on the Twin Towers in Turtles.
Oh, jeez.
If
Oh, an earlier one, yeah.
yeah, the very early Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles over here from the 90s, early 90s.
Mm.
There was an attack on the Twin Towers.
But the original Spider-Man movie was going to be the two of them fighting amongst the Twin Towers with all that kind of
Oh yeah,
stuff.
because they ended up having to change the script, didn't they?
The trailer had that in it as well, and that all had to obviously be changed after that. So the whole ending to that film was changed.
Mhm.
But anyway, once you've done that, you have your old suit that's all been torn and ripped and all beat up. So you design a new suit, very cool kind of suit, and then you're kind of set out on the world.
When you
So-
say designing suit, have you got like some customization options here, or is it just you?
No, it's just ones they've designed. But that's not the only one. There's I think 24 suits. You get comic
From all
book
the different
ones.
arcs and
Yeah, you get a cell shaded one that actually looks like it's straight out of the comics, which is a very cool one. You get some parallel universes. There's
there's a lot of those in Spider-Man.
yeah, Spider-Man 2049 and Spider-Man Noir and all that kind of stuff. So you get all those various suits. Plus a few they designed themselves, and it's all they all a lot of them are really good, and that's something you unlock as you progress through the story. So once you've done Fist, you kind of more or less let out into the world, and you have these backpacks which you have to collect, which give you little sort of memories of stuff that Spider-Man's done in the past. You have like a mocked up PSP says got to do stuff while you're out there. You get bored sometimes, and there's all these little things that relate to previous villains. Like you find Glass, and that was Mysterio.
Yeah.
That was his his helmet
His
thing, and
diamond.
Spider-Man says he used some of that tech for his visors to make them more visible, and you could kind of find a lot of those. You get the Fisk bad
One
guy.
second.
Yeah.
Mysterio. I think it might have been called The Amazing Spider-Man on Game Boy. The first
Oh, yeah.
villain in that game is Mysterio in a back alley.
That's random.
There you go.
Mysterio does appear in this, but only as a actual character in a Halloween party.
Oh,
Dressed
right.
as bit, you know, that's a really cool sequence actually. But anyway, the other thing you kind of do is take on Fisk's henchmen that have kind of been let loose on the city. And it's not like it's not completely random, so it's not just forever. Each district, because it's split up into the actual districts from Manhattan, have various crimes that take place, and then you go to that, take them on. You can either be beating up a bunch of guys or jump onto a car and stop them from escaping. There's all sort of little twists on what you do within that, and then you there's challenges like catch the drone that's spying on people, stop the
Why
bombs.
do I feel this plays a bit like Infamous and the?
It's a little bit like that, a little bit like Crackdown. That kind, there was a little bit like that, but it's much better than Infamous.
Does it play like the web singing and that? Is that anything like the Spider-Man movie game?
Spider-Man 2, yeah.
I fucking love that.
Oh, it's so brilliant. This web swing is very similar to that, yeah. But obviously, it's one of the best looking games on PS4. It really does, like the light and the city itself looks brilliant. And you kind of have the real New York, but you also have bits from Marvel as well.
Yeah.
So you will have like the Empire State Building, but then you also have Alias Investigations from Jessica Jones. You go to the embassy for the Wakanda, from Black Panther, and you visit all these things. Avenger Towers is there.
Mm.
So you have real things and then Marvel stuff, which is quite fun. And that's another challenge to unlock once you get all them. And then the story itself, you start off, you're not a reporter anymore in this one, you're a scientist. And Mary Jane is the reporter.
Oh,
So
fuck, what the hell?
yeah, so you're, just to make it a little bit different, I suppose. So you go and...
Did that ever happen in the comic? I don't think that ever happened in the comic, did it?
Possibly not, but obviously they wanted to take their own... They decided to go their own way with it. But I think he was a reporter, but he's a scientist now.
No, he was a reporter, but he was a photographer, wasn't he?
Yeah, like a photojournalist kind of thing, yeah. Anyway, you, as a scientist, you work with Dr. Octavius, and the two of you are like really good friends, and you're helping him develop the arms and the ability for someone who's sort of unable to walk to move, and if they're having he's got hand problems in this one. He's got.
Please don't tell me that Doc Ock is the end villain.
Well, he sort of is, but he's very interestingly done though. It's not like this traditional kind of thing. They do.
He's in
do
a
twists on
wheelchair.
it. That was a spoiler, by the way. But anyway, plus you get who's in this one? Rhino, Scorpion or Scorpio. I can't remember what they call him.
Scorpion.
Yeah, Electro. Who else is in there? You got no Green Goblin yet because you got to save some guys for the sequel. No Venom yet, but there's all these little hints later on of when they appear, because you do get one of the not the villain, but one of the guys that the villains really goes after is Osborn. So
Yeah.
he's quite a presence in it. He's the mayor.
But the Green Goblin's the one that fucks up Spider-Man's life hardcore.
Oh yeah, but you got to save something.
Pumpkin bomb when they're going out shopping, man. Gwen Stacy hits the floor like a fucking rock.
Yeah. And anyway, Harry Osborn.
Was it Gwen Stacy?
No,
Gwen
no.
Stacy was before Mary Jane, wasn't she?
Yeah, I think he's already moved on from Gwen Stacy by the time the story comes. You do
And
get
there's no Green.
There is Miles Morales, and there is but you do get hints of that what's coming. But you have to save some for the sequel. You can't just blow your load in this one movie.
Yeah, you can.
You can't in one game.
You just said you said the Fisk was a fucking tutorial.
Yeah, that's fine.
No fucking wonder, because everyone else has gone on holiday by the sounds of it.
But
He has been 12 for 8 years. Suppose he's defeated all the other villains.
the main villain for most of the game though is Mr. Negative. So that's a really cool kid.
I was going to say, when did they make me a fucking
Hello,
villain?
Spider-Man. I suppose you're here to kill me.
What's your
Everybody
fucking
hates
problem,
me.
dickhead? Go out and get
Everyone
a bill,
hates me.
He's actually a really good character, but anyway. And you get Aunt May as well. They're all the kind
She's a
of
villain.
No.
Bloody hell,
shit. Well, that doesn't surprise me.
That's such a change.
No, they're all in there. They're all really good representations of the characters. Well, they're not just like I'm a villain, I'm a bad guy. They actually do.
Is his uncle who?
No, he's way.
Uncle
He died
Ben?
years ago. He's in his
He's
20s
fucking
now.
long dead.
Yeah, long
He's
gone.
He's been back at chow for over a decade.
Yeah, he's long gone. Yeah. You do.
Is that before or after he started his range of sources?
His what?
His range of sources.
That's good fucking good job,
Jesus.
man. Well, last I checked, I wasn't aware that. No, I'm not gonna go there. No, moving on.
Anyway, the web swing is one of the main draws. Obviously, that's you don't want to fast travel because it's great fun. If you do fast travel, you get a brief cutscene of him on the subway, which is quite fun. Like fully dressed as Spider-Man, so that's quite fun.
Just like steps onto a train.
Yeah, that's quite good fun.
You can imagine all the awkward moments that's created.
Once you get
Didn't
to
they
this,
do that in one of the other Spider-Man films? He gets into a lift.
yeah, Spider-Man 2, yeah, he gets in the lift. Yeah, there's also once you get because you get the raft, which is where all the villains like escape from. It happens a little later on, but once they all escape, you then instead of taking on Fisk's guys and Fisk's hideouts, which is like a Far Cry base, you get negative guys, and there's also a security force in it as well that comes after you because they don't like you. You get podcasts that play randomly from J. Jonah Jameson, who really doesn't like Spider-Man.
Good old JJ.
Yeah, they can't have a Spider-Man game without him in there. You get to play as Mary Jane for a few surprisingly entertaining stealth missions. Miles Morales, who plays him on occasion as well.
Mary Jane couldn't be stealthy. Have you seen that hair?
I know, yeah.
I mean, god damn, son.
It's quite fun. There's also a very
6 foot fucking tall blonde woman in America, no fucking problem. Redhead, man, you'd see her coming from fucking 3 blocks away.
they're quite fun though. But
You could have seen her from a Boeing 747 and she stood on the street. Hey look, it's Mary Jane down there. Not, hey look, everyone looks like ants down there. It's, shit, look at that redhead. She couldn't stealth her way out of a fucking paper bag.
there's a brilliant mission with her, where you're hostages taking hostage at Grand Central Station, and you're kind of in the terminal, and you're her, and you see Spider-Man doing stuff, and you have to help out by causing distraction, and you can see him doing stuff, which is really cool because they have like a
Does she
comedy.
know he's Spider-Man?
Yeah, it's that way. Yeah, because he's in his 20s, she kind of knows who he is, and a few other characters kind of figure out who he is. So you get, I don't want to go in too much into what happens later on, but I really enjoy the story. Like Superman's my favourite superhero, and then Spider-Man.
Really?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Boring.
And then
Boring as
yeah,
fuck.
I know.
Useless character.
But yeah, Spider-Man's my second
And
favourite.
DC. Ugh.
Superman's the only
Trash.
superhero who's vulnerable to an element that no one's heard of, but yet everybody has access to because because it's the only way they can be a threat to him.
I've got
That's
plenty of
right.
it.
But yeah, really interesting story, good characters, good twist on a lot of the familiar sort of story arcs. Few
Favourite
nasty
Spider-Man
shots
villain.
and twists. I still probably would go with Green Goblin,
Good choice.
but you kind of have to save. Like I say, he's hinted at, and Venom is hinted at. Very very interesting twist on Venom. Little spoiler here, but you get the idea that in this one, Harry Osborn is going to be Venom. Because he has he has an illness, and his father is keeping him alive by using this substance that he's discovered, and he's in the tank, and at the end you just see him sort of suspended in this tank with the black stuff around him, and then the very last shot of the game is the Venom hand hits the inside of the glass of the tank.
They're fucking around with Venom so much though recently. Stop.
Yeah, the
doing
reasons.
that.
I think they'll do a good job of it.
I saw a Venom picture one bit of Venom, and I just thought he looked like the Xenomorph with googly eyes.
Not if he's done right.
That was from the film.
How done.
No, Spider-Man 3. But yeah, they take. I guess they take a few liberties, but you can't really just do it all the same, can you? You have to mix it up a bit. But the guy who plays Spider-Man is really like all the voice acting work is top quality.
It's Nick then.
Sorry.
It's Nick.
Yeah.
Mm.
And you also get there's one person on the police who likes you as well, and she sort of supports you. Oddly enough, her character name is the real name of the guy who plays the voice of Spider-Man, and the two of them are married in real life as well, which is quite funny.
Well, what do you know?
Yeah, and there's a lot of nice little twists. It's a good, I'd say, story's 20 hours. You could probably stretch that to 35 if you do everything.
Fuck that.
I got the platinum on it because...
As you do.
Well, just because I really got into that game, you can kind of do most of the trophies by playing the game.
Has he solved all crime now?
No, crime's still a bit of a bitch. you know.
You're doing a fucking shit job then. You should have left Wilson fucking Fisk in charge, shouldn't you? Shitty tutorial.
He should have. He admits that he should have left Fisk out there. It is a very, very cool mission though when you do take on Fisk. I know it's early on, but it is fun. And you do get, you know, little hints of him later on as well. But
how dare you degrade the Kingpin in such a way?
He might come back one day. There's still plenty of villains for them to explore, like Green Goblin, Venom, Mysterio, all those sort of guys, you know. But I very much enjoyed it, and they've said, the people that made it, Insomniac, perfect choice, have said that for them this is like the Iron Man of the Marvel movie universe. This is going to be the kickstart of a whole kind of Marvel gaming universe, because the next one is Avengers by Square.
No. Which
is not made by Square, made by Crystal Dynamics, you know, who did Tomb Raider.
No.
So we'll see what happens.
Jank.
We'll see what happens, you never know.
But
that's the next one that's
been it now.
You know. Yeah.
Because the Avengers are fucking shite, overused trash. Anyway.
I disagree, but yeah. But anyway.
Because you're fucking wrong, that's why.
It all looks amazing as well, you know.
Fucking Fisk is a minor fucking character, you know.
You should also, if you play the game, visit the boat people, because that's brilliant. So yeah, visit the boat people, and 2 thumbs up for the game, because I think it's brilliant. 2
thumbs up, I just completely, the tutorial mission never happened.
Right.
Disrespectful bastards. Well, what's next?
Other news.
We got news?
There's nothing going on. Move on.
Nothing that Middlemeister still be interested in.
No, couldn't give a stingy shit.
This is more of an issue. This won't take very long. Don't worry. This
Yeah,
won't take very long. This won't take. I mean, well, for us, not very long. It's probably about 2 or 3 hours.
I might go for
Go to your happy place. Go to your happy place again.
I have to have a crazy time for that.
So, Google shutting down Google Plus.
Oh dear, what a surprise! Not like they haven't shut down other services before.
Should we move on now then? We know what's happening.
Shut up. So, what I find more amusing is the fact that the lame excuse they've come up to do it. They've not said we're shutting it down because no one uses it. It's we've had a data breach.
Right, Google Plus, for anyone that doesn't know, is Google's take on a social network, and it fucking sucked.
Yeah.
Sucked so bad that when they tried to shoehorn it into YouTube, people went fucking mental.
Yeah, because they wanted to change the real names.
And they ended up having to backtrack and put things back to the way they were.
Yeah.
Because no one was going to use it.
No one did use it.
Nope.
No,
I never
used it.
I think I went on it like I created a profile. I went on it once. I was like, "Oh, this is."
I used it for a little while.
This is just pointless. There's nothing really anything on it that you could.
Yeah, it was just there to share my YouTube videos.
Yeah,
Was it?
that's all ours. I mean, we have got a Google Plus page.
Not for long.
No, that all our videos get automatically shared to, but that's it. It's
Yeah,
just,
that was it.
That was all ours. So yeah, it's a lame excuse. If you're just going to shut it down, just shut it down.
Bollocks. That is
Yeah.
bollocks.
It is. I mean, they sort of. I mean, all the companies that are involved with it, all the people involved, all moved projects. There's only been a skeleton team running it since 2014. So if you're going to shut it down, just shut it down.
I didn't even know it was still a thing.
Well, I was a bit surprised. I mean, some people are pissed off, and there's a change.org petition, which as we know, always works. That's got 18,000 out of all the potential millions of users.
I was going to say that's the entirety of the user base, isn't it?
Yeah, 18,000 people have signed it.
That's more people than has ever used it.
Yeah.
Yeah, of interest. Did you cover Telltale Games last time? Then?
Oh, thank God they're gone.
I was going to say that's a much bigger story than Google Plus.
Maybe you should come to the last podcast.
Yeah,
you missed it. We were hot on topic on that one. So
I haven't played the Telltale Games for like 10 years now.
You've missed it,
I don't think anyone
tough.
did. I think Walking Dead was it for season 1, and then most people lost interest.
The only decent game they made was the fucking.
Don't say Jurassic Park.
No.
That's the future.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Back in a second.
Right.
I want time to stew whilst we're talking about Google Plus.
Do it. You're gonna let me still try and hold the whole thing by myself.
Yep.
Oh well, yeah. So there are some people who have complained about it, and well, that's deep because Google Plus is a terrible system.
here.
You were so excited. The dog's saving you.
Good boy, Johnny. Good boy. You saved me from Google and.
This distraction technique you're trying to use by talking to the dog, ignoring him. Is he thinking? Just talk to me normally, here.
Oh, he's abandoned me.
No one talks to me. No one just talk to me. It's because you don't talk to him normally. You give the silly baby
he's a dog.
talk.
You've got to talk silly
No,
talk.
talk to the dog normally. We talk to all animals normally.
Oh,
They respect us for
That's
it.
foolishness. You've
No.
got to talk like an idiot when you talk to an animal.
It's not an idiot. The animals looking at you. No, the animals think you're stupid. So I know what you're saying, human. Just why are you retarded?
I'm a little tardy.
That explains a lot. Yeah. So Google Plus, not surprised. Long overdue death.
I must admit, all I ever did was hear of it. I never actually used it. I think you
Yeah.
tried to get me onto it once, but that was all.
I can't remember doing that. If I did,
Yeah, something to do with sharing the dates. For
Oh
this
no,
thing.
that's Google Drive.
Ah, same thing.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I'm just trying to wind you up.
Actually, the service I'm surprised is still going is FeedBurner.
I was surprised by that as well.
Yeah, 'cause
yeah. I thought,
Feed-
is that still going?
Well, no,
Jesus.
FeedBurner is actually we use FeedBurner, so we bought it.
Yeah, no, I'm well aware. I have set up, didn't I?
Yeah. So why don't you tell our listeners what FeedBurner is?
The mic might have.
No.
I think the mic.
Strange only does it to you, isn't it?
Strange. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my summary anyway. I think about, but that was my summary. I don't want to go over it again, but
Yeah.
you just got a brief and precise summary there, so
Yeah.
no need to go over it again.
Yes, of
Hmm.
course.
Yeah.
Of course. Well, FeedBurner was just for people who don't know, it's basically a service where to subscribe to a podcast, you need a podcast
Need
address.
podcast address, yeah.
Yeah. Called an RSS feed.
Yeah.
Right. And if you haven't tied to a website, if you ever move servers,
Servers, yeah.
you lose the address and have to start from scratch.
Yeah, that's what I
FeedBurner
just said.
basically allows you to hide that up. No, you didn't. Shut up. But I was amazed FeedBurner's still going, and we're waiting on Skazz.
Yeah.
So I'm sure what we'll do now. We're waiting for him to move on to our next topic.
We've been TV. He doesn't even like TV.
Well, I have been watching TV. The trouble is, everything we're watching isn't really that good. I'm watching Mystery Science Theatre 3000.
You loser. I've been watching something excellent on Netflix.
Watch mine.
Haunting of Hill House, which is absolutely brilliant.
Oh, boring.
Oh no, it's not boring. It's really, really good.
Fucking horror film.
No. A horror series, 10
Horror
episodes.
series.
Oh, it's brilliant. I know you're a pussy,
more
but
dull than horror. Horror's just boring. It's all
it's
naff.
just a wuss.
I've watched horror. It's all naff and silly and ridiculous, and it's like,
No.
how is anyone even fucking scared of this?
I think for the early 2000s, about 2010, it was garbage mostly. But I think they've upped their game. Like The Conjuring is really good, and this is excellent. Like really good story, characters. You see them as children, then as adults. Really cool.
You missed it. Tom
Horrors.
explained what FeedBurner was.
Yeah.
So I was saying, Amazed FeedBurner was still going.
Yeah, something to do with our
Is it?
It is. Well, I hope so, because our podcast still uses it. I haven't switched over yet.
something to do with USSR or something. Something like that.
So what are we using as a replacement for?
I'm
So
going
this
to
around
use.
this
Oh God, what's it called? Something
else, I
blue.
guess. Something blue.
Something blue. It's called.
You get married?
No, it's not. I want to say Blue Jay, but it's not Blue Jay. That's a Java.
Don't you
Java
dare! I'm
programming
going to have
language.
Vietnam fucking flashbacks from that.
Yeah, but I want to move off it because sort of feedback limits how many episodes you can put up.
Alright.
Whereas if you don't, so we can only have 50 episodes up at a time. So everything else is going to the archive. So I want to switch to something else that allows me to have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and no matter. So I want to switch to something else. But yeah, so that's all.
You do know that as of episode 100, we're going to have to bring back the lymph control.
The lymph control.
Yeah.
Any old special guests coming?
You can have you can have
Doesn't
the
mean episode.
lymph mic stand.
The lymph mic stand. It was a lymph mic stand because it was being black, and it used to whoever had it used to, well, this is something to do with Lymph Christie, but whoever had it, well, it was only Bard that ever did it to. He never did it to me. For some reason, whenever Bard had it, he used to occasionally fall and bonk him on the head. That was always quite.
Oh, one of those sorts.
Or used to hit him in the groin, one or the other. And it was always quite amusing. But it didn't matter which smoke stand. We have two mic stands. You got this one and the Linford one. It didn't matter which one he had. It'd always attack him.
That's great.
It never did it to me.
In fairness, most people when they looked at Bard, they wanted to attack him. But
Yeah, but I've never seen two inanimate objects actually have so much hatred for one person.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they were both Mike and him as the inanimate object.
Yeah. Well,
So
no,
they're
Bard Bard moved a bit. He moved occasionally.
I don't think I trust him to be a Mike Stand.
No. Oh, he'd just throw rackets and laugh at it, wouldn't he?
Mm.
Or say something inappropriate.
Bless him.
Right. So that's news. Buy Google
Yeah.
Plus. No one used you.
Nope.
Ain't gonna miss you.
Nope.
Really quick flashback.
Oh.
Now, in case, as some of us clearly didn't listen to our last podcast.
Hi, I commented briefly on it.
Yeah, we listened to it because
Jeez.
you would have heard our fantastic discussion on Telltale Games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what we talked about was the fact that Walking Dead was going to be an issue because it was midway through production when they wanted to bust. Fortunately, someone's come out and rescued it.
Me.
Yeah.
No, Skybound Entertainment, who actually do the comic.
Yeah. He invented Walking Dead, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Robert Kirkman. Is it?
That's it, yeah.
Mm.
So the actual guy they're taking on most of the old crew from The Walking Dead from Telltale, and basically going to finish it.
Alright.
Personally, I think the
So-
money should have been spent on the staff that are losing all their jobs and not getting severance, but that's just me, I guess. Rather than finishing the games.
Well, it's different for different purposes. Isn't it? Those are stuff.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff. Like nearly every game's coming out there when they said, right, come on, give you these, we'll try and get you jobs and give them jobs.
Yeah.
So besides, that's their issue is with Telltale, not with.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
No,
so-
I know. I just mean, yeah.
You know, I mean, how much money have you given to the staff who left Telltale?
A little bit, because I bought Walking Dead and The Wolf
Yeah, they
Among
won't see
Us.
that, will they?
They might do. They might see
No,
that.
they'll see that anyway.
What I
yeah.
thought was really funny was when they got shut down, Steam had a sale on their games.
Yeah.
So you could buy them for like fucking pennies a piece.
Yeah, probably try and get just some money in desperately. But yeah, Skybound, also, they publish games, they publish Slime Ranch and The Long Dark. So that's the only thing. But yeah, so we are going to get to finish off The Walking Dead. Thank goodness that.
Yeah, said the 10 people that are still playing it.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Well,
Fuck off, you.
at least he ain't playing Battlefield 3.
No.
I'll give him that.
No, that's
the
true.
trauma he would have never gone through.
I've sort of.
The Neo Automata first person shooters. Isn't it?
God. Oh.
Yeah, I sort
I
of.
hate to say it. Nier Automata was probably more fun. Fucking
Win.
hell.
But in the same way that getting your hand hit through by a staple is more fun than getting hit through by a nail.
But both of those would be bad, no?
Yeah, but one's less bad than the other, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I mean, the thing that puts me off Nier is the idea you have to play the game several times to unlock the true story. That just not. I hate games that you have to play twice to actually get everything. It's like, no, fuck off.
Yeah, the trouble is though the story isn't the same every time through.
Yeah,
You're not
well-
just seeing it from another character's perspective.
I should feel like I should come clean about that.
There
but
should be chapter 2 then. It shouldn't be a new story. It
I've
shouldn't
only
be-
actually played that game for about 8 hours, to be fair.
What?
So how far did you get through it?
Well, when I did a review of it, I was sort of talking about the early parts.
Yeah, that was too bad.
Yeah, and I didn't really get that much further than that.
Really?
Yeah.
So of the fucking two of us, I was the one that suffered the fucking most.
Massively, yeah.
Wow, man, Jesus. The trouble is, right? 2B story.
I felt bad about not telling you the.
2B story not bad.
Mm.
9S's story is fucking atrocious.
Did you not like the variety though? That you could. It was a shooter and then it was.
I liked the hacking missions to a
shoot
point,
'em up kind of
but
bits
I
and
hated 9S as a character, and
a little bit.
I hate to say it.
Yeah.
Trouble is, if you've read any of the books that they reference in, or any of the material they reference in Nier Automata, nothing that happens in it is much of a surprise. If you've played any of the guys' previous games, which I have, again, nothing that happens in it is much of a surprise.
I did quite like a little bit of spoiler, but I like the fact that it happens quite early on that you get those. The aliens have sort of taken over the planet and they were the robots, and then those robots destroyed them as well. You know,
Yeah.
I quite like. They were nice little elements. I did play a little bit more than that, but there were elements to it I enjoyed, but it felt a little bit aimless sometimes as well for me. Like,
It is because it's the whole. So I can't remember the guy's name, who actually the director and writer of it, but he's a nihilist. So the game is basically nihilism in video game form, and most of his games have been like that. So when people look, oh my god, that was a surprise, I was like, no, he did that in the last one. So when you had multiple endings, I was like, really? Fucking tracking guide. The game that Nier comes from. Nier comes from the joke ending of Drakengard 1.
Oh wow.
The joke.
That's
ending.
a real deep cut there.
So, and that, like, I think that had 4 or 5 endings, which were complete bullshit to unlock. You ended up playing as this, like, villainous asshole anyway. You were this murderous cunt who'd lost his voice. Nier wasn't much better though. So in Nier, the original Nier, you play through the game thinking that you're a good guy. After you beat the story the first time, it actually turns out that the things that you were killing the entire time were literally just trying to defend themselves and they're young. They weren't violent at all. They were just trying to stop you from killing everyone in their pack.
That's kind of cool.
So that was like, oh, kick you in the feels, and they did the exact same thing in Nier Automata. I was like, I've seen this before. It doesn't surprise me. I don't feel bad.
No.
It's like, oh no, the character's dead. What a shame. Oh, there were like 2 parts in that game where it actually surprised me.
Right. Yeah.
2 fucking parts in the entire game, and it wasn't the main storyline. It was a couple of side quests.
Yeah.
And it was fucking embarrassing.
I was thinking that after like 40 episodes, well, probably about 30 episodes, we finally had the Nier Automata showdown that I've been waiting for.
Well, the funny thing is,
for the last how many episodes?
It's just funny that you're like, I
really
barely played. I was like, what the fuck?
No, I have played it for quite a bit, but I haven't done all some kind of thing, you know.
So you
got console game, I think 8 hours is quite a bit.
That's true.
Ooh,
that's
that's
better than the tutorial.
So, wait, so
no,
did you beat 2B's story then or not?
Yeah, I believe only once now, but I can't quite remember all the stuff that happened now.
So I mean, some of the hacking segments were fine, but when you realised how overpowered the hacking segments were, and the fact that you could practically do them autopilot with your eyes closed, that got a little bit much. 9S is a whiny little prick.
Yeah, he's not a very good character. No character, but really.
Honestly, if you haven't done it yet, when you get to the end of his arc, you'd have been wishing death on him for at least 8 hours.
Yeah, no, I don't think I have done that part yet.
He has can I spoil it?
Yeah, go ahead.
He has a fucking mental breakdown. So you already didn't like him to start with. He goes from this like, I don't care, because you know them people who they're doing a job, but they're doing a job because they're being paid to do it. Yeah. That's 9S. It's like, wow, what a slave driver, trying to be like, hey, one of the guys. And then towards the end, he starts having a bit of a breakdown because I can't even remember what the fuck happens to him, like someone dies or some shit like that.
Yeah, doesn't he connect with someone and they die or something?
Yeah, and he freaks the fuck out. But by that point, he then starts going really brutal, and they're like, oh, but now you're supposed to see what the horrors of war are like for this poor character. It's like, I fucking hated him from the moment we first laid eyes on him.
Yeah, he's not great. I don't think I've finished, but I have started into that bit where he's starting to go a bit doo-doo-lally, and he's irritating from the beginning though, isn't he? Yeah. And
then A2's bit is a little better, but the fact is you still have to hear 9S whine.
Yeah. The main 2B's okay,
her part's alright.
Yeah.
But I saw what was going to happen pretty early on. Because I mean, there were kind of tells that she wasn't who she claimed she was right off the bat. So like, oh, you're 2B, and there's a pause, and you're like, wait, hang on, you had to think about that. Yeah, you're on the battlefield with it. What are you not telling me here?
Yeah, because
why was that so difficult?
Not quite everyone trusts her, do they? And
no, because she's not a B unit, is she? She's not a battle type unit. She's actually a spy cross assassin unit, isn't she?
Yeah, but yeah.
And her whole purpose is to kill 9S because every single fucking time. Because he backs himself up, and then just before he discovers that the whole thing is a fucking lie, have you found that out yet?
Yeah, I think I have. I'm trying to remember all the stuff, because I played it when it first came out quite a long time ago now. I'm trying to remember all the things that have happened. There's quite a lot of... There's a lot that goes on in that game.
Burned into my fucking head. I was like, oh my god, really?
I have enjoyed what I played a lot more than you.
The combat was fine, because I went back and played Bayonetta 1. Because I really enjoyed Bayonetta 1 back in the day, and to me it was just like Bayonetta 1 but really shite. Then I went back after playing Nier, played Bayonetta, and I was like, oh oh my god, this game's awful.
Yeah.
Fucking, it's just as bad. Although Bayonet's probably still more fun, even though it's more scripted than.
Bayonetta 2, batshit crazy.
I've never
Apple.
actually played it.
That's
I've bought it
completely-
on every platform, but I've never.
Oh
played
wow, that's brilliant, but it's absolute bonkers. But
it. Bayonetta
in the
1
best
is
way.
pretty crazy,
Yeah,
but
but
it's
this
just-
just takes it, you know, that little bit further. It's completely nuts.
Nier Automata is the nihilist version of Bayonetta.
Yeah, it's very small on personality and kind of just everything's basic, you know.
Graphically, it's very nice.
Yeah, it runs very nicely.
Not on PC, it doesn't.
Oh, really? That's one of the best running games on PS4.
Yeah, it's awful.
Like 60 frames per second, which is quite rare.
Fucking 60
Yeah.
frames a second. I've
Yeah,
got a
that's unheard of
machine.
on there.
I have a PC that shits all over a PlayStation 4 Pro. You ain't getting 60 frames a second out of that on PC, no chance.
Yes,
The world, even though they tried to make out the war is really grand, the whole world is being completely wrecked. You can cross the map in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
There's their sense of scale
Sort of
is
the desert and
absolutely
the
horrible.
forest and the cityscape
They've
and the water
literally
areas.
they've said this is how big it's supposed to be, but to
Mm.
make it quicker to travel around, let's just shrink it down a bit.
And it's not that interesting to explore either, really. But I don't mind it, but, you know.
The soundtrack was alright, although there were a few tracks that were so horrible.
I thought most of the soundtrack was pretty top-notch, really.
Some of the Japanese vocals really got on my tits, and I love Japanese vocals. I was like, oh, that's a bit grindy right there.
I think there were certain elements of the game where the game hasn't moved on with the times in the way it should have done. I know some games should be better, but they hadn't really moved along in the ways that they should have, really.
No.
We should probably move on now.
Yeah, sure.
That's
sure.
it.
Yeah, I think so. I think
We'll have an actual discussion. We'll have the New
We should-
Automata Sucks podcast.
we should probably do some more in-depth thing about it.
We should probably actually play
Do a
through
let's play. Yeah.
of Nier Automata, and I will actually suffer through it just so I can,
For the 20th time.
yeah, just to show. Because I mean, how could you not tell? I mean, even you said it yourself. I was like, oh yeah, they didn't really trust 2B all that much. No
Yeah.
shit. Right from the start.
We should probably do that, actually, for real.
But so many people didn't see it coming. It was so obvious.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, I think very early you can tell there's something up with that character.
I liked Father Servo.
Mm.
Did you ever fight Father Servo?
The last... I'm trying to remember who the last boss battle I did. I don't
He's
think
not
I
a real
have.
boss.
Oh,
He's not a
okay.
real boss.
Ah.
And he's chilling out. Have you seen the storage containers that are stacked up outside the town?
Yeah.
If you climb up on top of those, on the top of one of those storage containers, Father Servo's there. It's basically one of the little tiny robots dressed up in a karate gi,
Oh, right, okay.
and you fight him, and when you win, he'll ask you to give him some money for training you, and
Right.
then ask you to go and get materials to help him. You give him the materials and he'll upgrade himself, and so we'll go through all the various forms of robots. So you'll end up with the really small one, then all the way up to the really fucking huge one that like fires at you, and then all of a sudden he ends up the really small one again.
Oh, yeah.
I like Father Servo. It's a
Mhm.
really trivial, stupid fight, but it's really fucking fun. And the Forest King,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
little baby.
Yeah, yeah,
Because you
yeah.
actually get, as you go through the game, if you go through 9S's and A2 story, you get the full tale of the Forest King. I like the
Right.
Forest King, Father Servo, the rest of the characters can eat my dick.
I quite like the twins. They were quite... entertaining.
Deviler and Poplar.
Yeah, where you find out that it was all, you know, that the aliens were destroyed and everything by the things they created. They weren't particularly original or anything, but...
Deviler and Poplar are fine. However, the way they were dealt with in, I think it was either 9S's or A2 storyline was fucking horrible. That game has a worse case of tell rather than show than my daily vlogs, right?
Yeah.
And they're fucking atrocious. So the main rule is show, not tell. When it comes to telling you Deviler and Poplar's backstory, which is basically the original Nier game, instead of animating something, they give you 15 minutes of text on
Yeah.
a screen, and you just...
That's always rubbish, that is, when they do that sort of stuff.
They could have shown you something. Instead, they just gave you paragraphs of text. It was horrible. It was such a horrible way to treat those characters. It was just...
Yeah. We'll definitely have to do a let's play of that so I can play it properly and
for sure.
get to all the bits that you have issues with, and we can discuss.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that'll be a good discussion while we play it as well.
Yeah, you two can do that.
Yeah. I just think that'd be a fun discussion while we play it as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you two arrange that. That's fine.
I think we should for real now.
Well, I'd be interested to see if Nick can point out any of the bits, like if he plays through it, see like if Nick can see any of the random places that where things are a bit dodge.
Yeah.
Or maybe a bit
I've read the
too
basics, sort of. I can pretty much guess some of the big twists already.
Yeah.
I bet. Well, I'm guessing humanity doesn't actually exist anymore. No, I thought it'd be the case, and so actually, I'm guessing so the entire war was pointless then.
They live on the moon now, so everything's pretty great.
Yeah. So as I thought.
Oh.
Yeah, they live on the moon.
Oh dear. I just
as soon as I read that first line, I thought, yeah, bullshit. Maybe actually he's gone.
Yeah, they start the game off by quoting Nietzsche. I think I was like, really? You look at the books I've read, the game, really? Then you start looking at it, like most of the main characters are named after popular figures in that kind of field.
Shakespeare quotes like 2B.
Yeah. And it's like, oh my god. Oh. And it's so, oh my god. All I think of when I think of 2B is a pencil.
I was going to say something. I thought that's what my first thought was pencil quotes.
There are Japanese elements, big element, like where every time she runs, you can pretty much see her, her underwear, which is very Japanese.
See, I didn't really even pay attention to any of that.
No,
I didn't pay attention.
It's just one of those funny little things.
Because I was too busy picking holes in the game from the moment I played it. Like, all of a sudden there's a massive boss battle, tons of shit's happening on screen, and you realise that majority of the stuff happening on screen is a layer that's happening in the background, so it's supposed to make you feel threatened, but there's only a handful of things on screen that can actually hit you.
Yeah.
When you realise that, you're like, oh.
I should probably bring my Pro if it doesn't run well on PC.
Oh
so we can run
god,
it properly.
please.
Yeah.
If I ever see that game run semi-smoothly, I'll be incredibly surprised.
Yeah, it does run well on that.
I had a brand spanking new, at least like middle high-end fucking gaming machine, and it ran like crap.
Yeah, I think that's one of those games, I suppose.
Platinum have always been really shitty at optimising their PC ports in the grand scheme.
Yeah, I remember Bayonetta had a few issues.
Right, so we're all done. You finally had the near off that we were waiting for ages.
Yeah.
It feels sad because it's sort of like an end of an era.
You're expecting a fight.
Yeah, it's like an end of an era. Yeah, we're not
sick Charlie on me and stuff like that.
Yeah. Fucking fist fight.
Get him, boy. Yeah.
So. Ends up like that scene at the end of Karate Kid. By the way, have you seen? Have any of you guys?
I'm well aware of it, but I haven't.
Have any of you seen the first Karate Kid?
Oh, the first Karate Kid. I thought you meant the new YouTube
Cobra
series.
Kai.
Yeah, I've seen all the Karate Kids, even the new. I've heard very positive things about it. He's kind of a bit of a dick, isn't he? At least early on. Is it Danny?
Daniel. I can't remember his actual name now. Daniel, whatever.
Day Lewis.
No, I don't think so.
Well, fuck ever his name is. And then you got the guy who was at the end of
the kid villain,
Lawrence.
Yeah.
Something Lawrence or whatever. Really good in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah.
Watch it.
Okay. On that note, I've been TheSuffolkRam.
I've been Middlemeister.
Skazz, yes.
And we look forward to you on episode 100.
Can't believe I made it to 100.
Yeah. And yes, the North Korean flag's on order. Kim is on his way.
I wonder how many I've done of that 100.
Come up 6.
Yeah.
They've all been classics now.
Yeah, I haven't done as many as Bard.
You haven't turned up since the Neil Automata podcast.
Very not, no. You were talking about it so vicious, I thought, no,
stay away from that.
Yeah, I'll leave it a few weeks.
He complains whenever he joins his fathers and we mock him slightly. He goes off in a huff.
Yeah, I get very sad. I get very, very sad.
Well,
I did remember to take Strictly now, so that's okay.
Yes, yes.
That'd be a good one tonight because of that. That couple that went all kissy.
So what are you talking about?
2 couples, one of them was married, the other one had a girlfriend. They were caught kissing and canoodling, and now they've got a dance.
I still don't know what you're talking about.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
What is this?
Strictly is a dancing competition where a celebrity and a professional dancer dance.
Right.
One of these professional dancers and her partner went out for a night out and they went kissy kissy, right? And they're both, one of them is married, the dancer, and the celebrity has a girlfriend. So they shouldn't have gone kissy kissy.
Oh, right, so the professional dancer and the...
celebrity partner kiss.
When we say celebrity here, when we say the word celebrity here, do we mean at some point they were on television many years ago and they're currently trying to desperately revive their career and hopes they might get a panto somewhere?
More so than I'm a celebrity, but yeah.
Okay.
Red Dwarf characters.
Odds are I've never heard.
Cat's on there from Red Dwarf.
What, as a celebrity, not as a dancer?
As a celebrity.
He's a professional dancer though.
Well, not like...
That's what he trained in.
Well, that's what you say.
That's what he did.
Surely it was disco
Queeg was his dance instructor.
Well, that's what you say, but...
The only actual actor there was Crichton, wasn't it?
I think Craig Charles...
wasn't Rimmer.
Chris Barry was an actor before Craig
Mm.
Charles. But I think you're right about Craig Charles. I think he'd done anything else before that. But
No, bit of Coronation Street, I think. But
yeah. Alright, so basically, it's not even a celebrity, he's someone who actually knows what they're doing. They dance to the public, everybody doesn't really like him, but for some reason it draws in lots of money in, and two of them, had a little bit of kiss, and now it's somehow a big story which no one really cares about.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay.
It's almost as important as... What's Donald Trump's wife?
Ivanka. Is that the wife, Ivanka? Or was that the daughter? I can't remember, he makes out with both of them.
Either way, one
I
of
think
them was
it's
wearing a
Ivanka.
hat and everyone got offended.
I remember the hoodie that said, I don't give a shit, or whatever it was. I don't care, or whatever.
Yeah, I don't care about who, wasn't it?
While she was off to, like,
Some
refugee camp or something.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit misjudged, I think.
A little bit misjudged, you could call that.
But that would be only... That would be... she married Donald Trump, though, so she's made a few mistakes.
She's not got... Yeah, she hasn't got a good track record on that.
Well, let's be
She's basically
fair.
a prisoner now.
We've nearly done 100 episodes of this podcast. She hasn't made half as many mistakes as we have.
No.
I don't think I've made a mistake on here.
I mean, we have offended probably as many countries as Donald Trump has.
Well, you two
We've
have.
tried. My God,
Yeah.
we tried.
I think
And we have established relations with North Korea.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've established relations with North Korea.
You have by proxy.
I suppose when we go there in a couple of weeks. Well,
Yeah.
we're actually leaving in a few days, aren't we?
You're on Kim's
Yeah.
Christmas card list.
Well, I'm off for 2 weeks. That's why I've got to go there. I've got to get over there and
Yeah.
got tours to get ahead and
I just won't call and just not turn up
yeah,
from the job.
yeah. Oh yeah, who's hired the minicab to get us there? I've forgotten.
That was on my to-do list, but I passed it on to Senior Skazz.
Oh,
Well, I'm sorry, but I've been busy.
we're walking then. We're walking to Gatwick
I'm
again.
leaving from Norwich, so we must be on different flights.
We are.
We're
Yeah,
walking to
yeah.
North Korea.
We ain't told you this, mate, but you're in the hole with all the dogs and the we're going actually in first class.
When you say first class, you basically mean the cat. I said it before to you, but the cabin without any chickens in.
Yes.
Yeah.
First class British Airways means we actually get on a plane.
No, it's not duct tape class. We get sellotaped to the wing.
At least it's not Ryanair. Let's just say that. So at least we might get there.
Oh, we'll get there. We're getting a North Korean air escort if they can when both their planes get up there and let us take us in.
Still might get shot down.
Yeah. Kim never told me he had a plane.
He's got two.
Oh,
That's why. See, he didn't had a plane.
One of them's got round there written on the side.
Yeah.
oh bless
That's
you.
right, yeah. We've got the celebratory feast when we arrive.
Thanks, Kim.
Yeah.
Dog meat.
Yeah.
Call it dogs.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to offend you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry,
What
Charlie.
am I using me for? What have I done?
I think he's probably more interested in the sandwich.
Yeah.
You're begging for the fucking wrong person, motherfucker.
Right, anyway, that's end. Goodbye,
Yeah.
everybody. See you on North Korea podcast episode 100 in a couple of weeks. Yay!
Yeah, North Korea.
Yay!
Crowd noises.
I was just saying, you're alright. You sound
Okay,
like,
Crowd noises. You had a coughing fit, and then you never coughed again, though. That was very strange.
yeah. Spaniel.
Sorry, Spaniel.
Right, well,
Spaniel Day Lewis.
as he's barking, I'll stop this recording.
Shut up. Shut up. That seemed to have inspired.